Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newton Falls Tiger Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Newton Falls Tigers and the Crestview Rebels. It looks like a beautiful night here for football. I am Brian Kropp, and I'm joined in the booth tonight by my partner, DJ Robinson. This is the first conference game for both teams here tonight, DJ. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
I think that we're going to see a lot of high energy, a lot of playing. Both teams are coming off of heartbreaking losses last week, so there's a lot to prove tonight between either of these teams.
We're also joined tonight by our friend down on the field, Eric Thompson. Eric, what's the vibe? What's the feeling you're getting down on the field tonight? What can we expect, and what kind of weather we got going on down there? Okay, Eric's a little busy down there right now. We've got the teams warming up. We got Newton Falls is 1-2 this year, and Crestview is 0-3 right now. The first time, Eric's available down there on the field. Eric, how does the field look tonight? What can we expect? Looks like we're having a little bit of sound issue down on the field. I can see Eric, but I don't think he can hear us. But anyway, so the teams are getting warmed up here. It looks like a gorgeous night here in Newton Falls. I'd like to talk about what we're going to see here from these teams tonight, DJ. The offense from Newton Falls has struggled a little bit. We lost our quarterback in the second game. Ivan Howard went down with a broken collarbone. Is most likely going to be out for the season. And we've seen Nick Oyster, a junior, come in at quarterback here, and he's played admirably, but he's struggled a little bit, turned the ball over. What do you think the keys to the game are tonight to help the Tigers win?
To help the Tigers win, it's going to be keep the ball on the ground. You have to get Mitchell Harley in the game. He's been a key point all season. You've seen what he did in games 1 and 2. Now we're going to go ahead, and it's going to be a lot more for that running game to go ahead and get stabilized.
Yeah, and you know what? I think another person they need to really heavily involve, and they have kind of featured in what we've seen so far this season, is senior Jake Wright. He's been the backbone of this team, both offensively and defensively. He's run the ball extremely well, but also played extremely well on defense. Leads the team in tackles right now. He's kind of the heart and soul of the team. I think we can expect to see some more out of him tonight as well. The head coach of Newton Falls, Mike Gillespie, is in his second season here. It's actually his second stint as head coach here at Newton Falls. But this year he's 1-2. He was 5-5 last year. He's 1-2 this year. And I know Eric had a chance to talk to him before the game. We'll catch that interview a little bit later. As I mentioned, Crestview is 0-3 this year. The first time, this is actually the worst record they've had since 2003, DJ.
This team usually is perennially a really good football team. It took some early, and now we're going to go ahead and see what they got tonight.
Well, I think Eric Thompson's down. He's ready on the field. I think he can hear us now. So, Eric, what do you see on the field? What's the field look like, and what's the vibe you have right now?
We're dry tonight, boys. It's the field's in great shape, in fantastic shape, with no game last week. The little bit of rain that we did have, and then the big storm, of course, over the weekend, and nothing since. So we've been 5 days without rain water, and of course the fields are watered. So the ground's in good shape, and everything's ready to go out here. We're supposed to be about 75 degrees under mostly sunny skies at kickoff. Throughout the evening, the temperature will fall, but it's only going to get into the upper 60s. So great night for football, great night for baseball.
Thanks, Eric. I 100% agree. It is a great night for any sport. It's a beautiful night outside. It looks like people are starting to pile into the stadium, too, getting ready for this kickoff here in about 25 minutes, getting ready for the kickoff. DJ, we got the other keys of the team here tonight are going to be the defense and how the defense plays against Crestview, which I believe is a heavily run-oriented team. What do you think we're going to see out of this defense, and what do you think the coach has been saying? Because they've been having the ball run on them pretty regularly. What do you think the idea behind the defense is tonight?
All they have to do is go back to 2 weeks ago against Jackson Milton. Look how Jackson Milton ran the ball against us. And that's all they need to do is focus on that because of the fact that they had such a good run stop early, and then they can't let them get back into the game. I think that hurt a lot. Once Jackson Milton started scoring, the defense had a lot of hands on their hips. We were talking about that a couple weeks ago, and they just started breaking down.
Yeah, I'd really like to see the conditioning here of the team. hopefully can kind of improve. I know that's more of an off-season type thing to work on, but the conditioning we have seen in the third and fourth quarter, like we mentioned at the Jacksonville game, that that's really when it's important. You really have to have that conditioning. It's really third and fourth quarter when they're running the ball heavily, 25, 30 carries a game. That's when it really shows.
Especially in the fact that we got similar conditions going on right now. It's definitely a nice hot night, good night for sports, great night for football here in Newton Falls.
I'm anxious to see what this Crestview team can do here. The Rebels, as I mentioned, are 0-3, and I don't know if that necessarily has anything to do with this, but their team has no seniors on it, DJ. They're a junior-heavy team. They don't have any seniors on their roster tonight.
They're super, super young, and with this team being led by number 8, Anthony Cusick, the quarterback, and him being a sophomore, I mean, that's super young, especially with the fact that this is going to be a run-heavy team. I know we got some stats from his game in McDonald.
Yeah, absolutely. The game against McDonald, he actually played pretty well. I believe he was 15 for 28 for about 136 yards, and he had an interception, no touchdowns. A little over 50% passing, which is pretty admirable here at high school level, and for such a young quarterback as well.
Absolutely. That's what we're going to see tonight. See if he's going to go ahead and keep that ball on the ground, or are they going to go ahead and let him throw with the fact that he didn't have a touchdown last week, but really didn't matter because, they put points on the board.
Yeah, they did. And they were also, the points that you're talking about on the board were helped with Ethan Powell, is one of their main running backs. He had 2 touchdowns last week as well and 114 yards against McDonald in that loss. It was, like I said, like you mentioned, it was a tough loss. Out at the center of the field right now, you can see that we've got the coin toss getting ready to take place, and the captains are out there. It looks like Paul Broderick, Mitchell Harley, number 15, number 71, and also looks like Adam Honeycutt, number 10, and number 1, Jake Wright. So Chris Wilcox is back after an ejection in one of the last games we did there, and the Tigers really missed him on defense.
Yeah, you could see that they were very much hurting. It was a bad penalty. He shouldn't have acted the way he did. But now you go ahead, put that back in the rear view, because right now, these are the games right here that you have to win. You got to take advantage of this team being 0-3. So
we've got the coin toss. Looks like the teams are lining up here. I did not get the signal to see who was receiving, so I'm not sure exactly who. I don't know if you caught that or not, DJ. I did not see who's going to be receiving the ball tonight. It looks like the seniors are heading over to the locker room, go back in with their teammates. Crestview's still out there getting some practice reps in. I'm really anxious to see how the Tigers, what kind of energy they come out with tonight as well.
I'm also anxious, Brian, to go ahead and see about these penalties, because it's been week after week.
So right now we're going to go, as I mentioned earlier, Eric Thompson had a chance to meet up with Coach Mike Gillespie before the game, and he had a chance to talk to him. Let's hear what Coach Gillespie had to say.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing at the 50-yard line with Coach Gillespie. Coach, how do you see your opponent this week?
Crestview is a very young team. They've been in the playoffs just about every year. Last year they had 23 seniors. This year they don't have a senior. They're scrappy. They're dangerous. They're well coached. They're 0-3, but it's not going to be an easy game.
We've had some bumps, let's call them, with quarterbacks on the Newton Falls side of things. How are we looking tonight?
Well, we lost our quarterback in game 2, and we always talk about the next man up, and Nick Oyster is up, and last week was his, however you want to call it, his opening game, and he went through some bumps and bruises here, and I expect a little better things this week, and we're looking forward to his leadership and get him ready.
I'm glad to hear that he can step up and take over and lead this team on the offensive side.
Sure. Every week for Tuesday and Wednesday, we do 2 huddles, so those guys get reps. So it's not like they're not getting any reps at all. We make sure that both sides of the ball have 2 huddles, and so our kids are ready. So Simon Sharp, it should be okay.
Excellent. That's awesome. Guys, we're going to throw it back up to you, Coach. Thank you very much, and good luck tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. That was a great interview with the coach, and he touched on some really key points as far as the leadership, as far as the young quarterback and Nick Oyster taking over for an injured senior. Next man up mentality.
Has to be. Right now, Oyster, he struggled through a couple of games. This is a good bounce-back game for him. What they should do is go ahead and put it on the seniors. Go ahead and let Mitchell Harley go ahead and take over this team. That's what your running back is supposed to do, bail your quarterback out of situation, so then that way he can go ahead, get into the flow of the game, and hopefully it'll open up for him.
Tonight's game is actually Military Appreciation Night in honor of the POWs and MIAs and the missing in action. The American Legion Post 236 is actually sponsoring tonight's game, and we really appreciate that from the American Legion, and we appreciate all of our veterans as well. I know all the veterans with proper military ID are able to get into the game tonight for free, so we appreciate your service, and we appreciate you coming in to the game and supporting the Tigers, and thank you for your service to this country. We really do appreciate it. So to all of our military out there, thank you. And it looks like the stadium is starting, as I mentioned that, the stadium is starting to pack up. People are coming in. They love their Tigers. They're ready for a great night of football here tonight. We're about 18 minutes away from kickoff, and I think everybody's really, really excited. I know I am, DJ.
I am as well. It's going to be a great night for football, and hopefully we go ahead and see two teams go battle it out and have just a great game, try to eliminate the penalties.
Yeah, the penalties have been a huge sticking point here for the Tigers so far this year. I believe last game was almost 100 yards or around 100 yards in penalties. That's just too much for anybody. That you're really putting yourself behind the eight ball when you're giving the opposing team that many yards or giving up that many yards. It's a really drive killers and just really can kind of take the air out of your team.
It really does. With you going and having all those penalties on the ground, you're just giving the teams yards. I mean, look at the Jackson Milton game. They had him in, third and long opportunities, fourth and long opportunities. What happened? One penalty changes the game, and then you end up scoring off of, that, and it's just bad at that point. Now you put a lot of pressure on your offense to go ahead and try to bail you out.
Yeah, and you also start to notice, too, that when your offense, you say offense needs to bail you out, but when your offense does get the ball back and your defense plays well and gets back, and then you turn the ball over, which we've had, again, a young quarterback coming in trying to take over the role for a veteran, for a senior that's injured and not been able to play. He's played, admirably, but when you turn the ball over, again, it's another one of those deflating things that can really take the energy out of your team. I really hope to see, and I hope we will see, that the Tigers kind of stay away from throwing the ball heavily tonight and really stick to the bread and butter, give their playmakers the ball in open space, let the players like Jake Wright on the jet sweeps, Mitchell Harley on counters, Paul Broderick over the middle, that kind of stuff, really operate and really help their team. Take that weight, take some of that burden off of young Nick Oyster's shoulders, and let some of his teammates kind of take over.
I hope we see some dink and dunk plays, little 5-yard ends, post routes, something that's not going to go ahead and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Let his receivers do the work for him. He's got to go ahead and, put the other games behind him. We'll go ahead and we'll see if this senior-led team with Mitchell Harley and the guys go ahead and take some of that pressure off of Oyster's shoulders.
Let's see what they can do. And it looks like we have the Newton Falls Marching Band getting ready to take the field. I believe they're going to be doing the national anthem, and I believe we also have the honor guard down by our flag as well. Again, as I mentioned, it's Military Appreciation Night tonight here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium for the Newton Falls Tiger game here tonight against the Crestview Rebels. Let's take a listen to the Newton Falls Band. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, we're getting ready to listen to the Newton Falls Tiger Band here as the PA announcer here in the stadium is announcing the referees. And here comes the Newton Falls Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Newton Falls Tiger alma mater, not the national anthem. That was my mistake.
Good call.
Thank you, DJ. Here at the stadium, the PA announcer is actually making the announcements of the starting lineups for each team, as we do prepare, I believe, for the national anthem. Stadium's filling up. People are anxious to see their Tigers play tonight. I think we're expecting to see a pretty good game tonight.
It's going to be a really good game.
So we're a little under 10 minutes from game time right now, as the teams are getting ready to enter the field. Looks like we have some tunnels. While we have a minute right now while they're naming off some players here, we have some sponsors for tonight's game that we'd like to thank for making this possible. Jennifer Urbania, for Township Fiscal Officer. Jennifer would like to wish the Tigers good luck, beat the Rebels. Also, Buckeye Welder Sales. Come in today to see us for all your welding needs or for a custom quote on your next welder. Good luck, Brant, and go Tigers. Nancy Hoffman for Newton Falls City Council Ward 2. Nancy would like to wish the Newton Falls Tigers a great season. Paid for by the committee to elect Nancy Hoffman. Stone Mulch and More. Stone Mulch and More is a local company with a great reputation of designing and constructing wood and composite decks. They also offer a full line of services that make your outside beautiful. Give them a call and see what Stone Mulch and More can do for you. Clonch and Sons Excavating. Clonch and Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch and Sons Excavating. Re-elect John Baryak. Vote Sandra Braymeyer for 4th Ward Council. The Newton Falls Touchdown Club. The family of Brant Buntgard. Go Tigers and good luck, Brant. Tiger Den Pizza. Tiger Den Pizza, located at 96 East Broad Street, right here in Newton Falls. Feed the roar at Tiger Den Pizza. Grunder Contracting and Tile. Grunder Contracting and Tile would like to wish Alyssa Grunder a great senior year. Go Tigers. Richard Montville for mayor. For common sense, experienced leadership, vote Richard Montville for Newton Falls mayor. Along with the entire Newton Falls Tiger football team, Mr. Montville supports his grandson Aiden Knight, who wears number 57 on the field, but number 1 in his heart. Vote for Patty Hans, write-in for Newton Falls Township. Vote for Patty Hans for Newton Township trustee. I'll be your voice. I won't forget I work for you. For Substop, also right in downtown Newton Falls. Amazing subs. Stop in and see him today. Tell Nick I said hello. Mi Amigo restaurant, also in historic downtown Newton Falls. Go see them today. Tell Mario I said hello and go get yourself a delicious taco and a great margarita. Chic Salon. If you're looking to get your hair cut, this is a fantastic salon just for that. Go see them at Chic Salon. Thanks, Chic. Also, our sponsor for tonight's game is Ed's Barbershop. Go visit my friend Pat down there at Ed's Barbershop and get a great haircut. Thanks, Pat. One of our sponsors is also the Howland Alarm Company. In business, family owned since 1969. Protect your home and business with Howland Alarm Company. Thanks, Howland Alarm. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Really appreciate it. We have more, and we'll get to those later in the game, but it looks like the Newton Falls Tigers are getting ready to come out onto the field. They're making their way through the cheerleader tunnel that's down here on the track. It's great to see some of the little Tigers, some of the little football players, and some of the little cheerleaders out there really supporting their Tigers and really being a community involved in everything that's going on. It's great to see, DJ.
Gotta love the excitement in the air.
I also like to see, I have to say, it's really great to see these players out here respecting and honoring our veterans out here and just congratulating and thanking them for their service. It's a really, really important thing to see these young men, because that's what this is about. It's not just about sports. It's not just about football. It's about becoming great young men, and that's what we like to see. So that's awesome to see. So I think we are getting ready. We're about 5.5 minutes to kick off here, according to the clock. The team is in the end zone. They're all ready to go, it looks like. Looks like they're getting a run-through sign that they're going to be running through, and I think that's what they're waiting on. And in the far corner where everybody has come into the stadium tonight, if you look out there, DJ, you can see a fire truck with their ladder all the way extended out with an American flag hanging down. Again, in honor of Military Appreciation Night, I do believe.
That is an amazing sight to see.
It really is impressive. It's really great to see the community come out and support their team, and the veterans come out and support the players as well. So I can hear the team down there getting a little bit of energy going, getting ready to take the field, getting ready to come over to the sideline and get this game underway as Crestview in the distance is making their way over to their sideline as well. And here come the Tigers, ladies and gentlemen. Led by number 80, Shane Madison, and number 15, Mitchell Harley as well, and a host of other seniors on this team. It's going to be an exciting night of football here in Newton Falls, Ohio.
Got some fireworks.
Sounds like some fireworks off in the distance. People are getting involved, getting excited. I like to see that. So as the team's lining up on the sideline, they're removing their helmets. DJ, I think we're finally going to see the national anthem.
This seems like it's going to be the right time.
Here we go. Fantastic job by the Newton Falls Band, as always, a wonderful rendition of our national anthem. And it looks like we are just about ready for football here, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 30 seconds away from kickoff. Everybody's getting ready. The sun is going down. I'm assuming the lights will be coming on here pretty soon, and we're going to be ready for some football.
Good thing for these players, it's actually starting to cool down a little bit.
Good thing for the players, good thing for us. It was really warm up in this booth tonight.
You ain't lying about that.
So the Newton Falls Tigers are getting ready to take the field here tonight. And to be perfectly honest, DJ, I'm still not sure who's receiving the ball because I never got a signal at the coin toss. We'll know here real shortly as the referees break their little huddle in the middle of the field and the Tigers get ready to take the field as Crestview gets ready to take the field as well. As we get ready to kick off this first conference game of the season for both teams. As Newton Falls comes into this game 1-2, as I mentioned, and Crestview comes in 0-3. So this is the first conference game of 6 for Newton Falls, first conference game of the night. Let's see if they can come out and really get something started here in the conference.
Well, first I think the heat's getting to you because it looks like you just played, a half of football with all the sweat coming down. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and see exactly what Newton Falls has adjusted from last week.
And it looks like we can finally tell that Newton Falls will be receiving the kickoff here. They'll be receiving, and yes, I'm not going to lie, my head is bald and my head is sweaty. That's just how this works. But luckily the sun has gone down and it looks like we are ready for some football here on the field tonight as the Tigers getting ready to receive. Crestview's getting ready to take the field. And if you can see down on the sideline down here, DJ, the little girls, the little cheerleaders, and the little Tiger football players as well that were actually here to make a tunnel for the players to take the field tonight. It's just great, as I mentioned before. It's great to see the community be involved, get the little people involved, the younger kids involved. They look up to these people. They look up to the cheerleaders in high school. They look up to the football players in high school, and this is who they want to be like.
Well, they're going to see themselves in their same shoes in about 5 to 10 years. So to go ahead and have the older class basically take care of the elementary kids, it's a great sight to see the community coming together, and that's all you can really ask for. And we have a great community here in Newton Falls.
I 100% agree, and that's exactly all you can ask for is just support of the team and support of the community, and that's exactly what we have here in Newton Falls, and it's awesome to see. So here we go, getting ready to kick off here. Newton Falls against Crestview Rebels here on Newton Falls Television. Junior Brandon Yasnins is getting ready to kick off the ball here, number 2 for Crestview to start this ball game.
Looks like we got Mitchell Harley and Jacob Wright deep in the back.
It looks like we've got a squib kick. It's going to bounce over Paul Broderick's head. It's going to be fielded by Mitchell Hartley. He's got a lane. He turns it up on the outside and almost makes his way out to midfield. What a great way to start for their first drive of the game, to start almost midfield for their first possession, DJ.
Great return with that, especially with the squib kick. It's so hard to play off the ball because you have no idea which way it was going to bounce. But Mitchell Harley did a great job fielding it, got some yards, and now we're going to go ahead and see 1st and 10 from the Tigers on almost their, Crestview side of the field.
Yeah, let's see young Nick Oyster come out here, number 14, a junior quarterback here in his, I believe, only his second start as a quarterback. He came in midway through the second game of the season after the injury to Ivan Howard. So let's see what this Tiger offense can do here as they come out and take the field for their first drive of the game from the 46. Looks like it's going to be a toss on the first play. Give to Paul Broderick and a short gain. Looks like about 1.
Great way to start the game. Just go ahead, keep the ball on the ground, take some of that pressure off of him early. Let him go ahead and let the game come to him. Go ahead and put it on your running back shoulders. Let them go ahead, get those hard yards, and then go ahead and maybe it can open up the play action later.
You took the words right out of my mouth, DJ. That's exactly what I was going to say. I would love to see this team set up the run, to use the run to set up the pass, which is what we all know really, really works. And the play action works excellent against an aggressive defense. Let's see what they do here on second down. Now it looks like it's going to be a counter to Mitchell Harley, and he kind of stuttered a little bit before hitting the hole real hard. It didn't get downhill like he usually does.
Yeah, it went ahead and hesitated, and as soon as you do that, you got 3 or 4 Rebels coming after you.
Which is exactly what happened. He was met in the hole by a host of Rebels. So here we are, 3rd and 9, first drive of the game. Didn't move the ball here a whole lot after that nice return and nice ball placement on their first drive of the game.
We were talking about taking the pressure off of Oyster. Now you're putting it on him.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to get a big chunk here on 3rd down and see what they can do. That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be drop back to pass. He's going to hit Mitchell Harley out in the flat, and Mitchell's met by a handful of Rebels, including number 11, William Hardenbrook. So that's going to be 4th down after a short gain on 3rd down of a quick pass out to the right-hand side. Not exactly what we were looking for in their first possession, DJ.
But it's also not a penalty, so we'll go ahead and take it.
Amen to that. That's true. No yellow on the field yet, knock on wood. Let's see what the punt team can do here. Hopefully we get a good punt off and get Crestview back in tough field position. So on their first drive, the Tigers were unable to come up with anything and have yet to get their first down. Paul Broderick is going to get his first punt of the game. Punt is up and away. And then takes a nice Tiger bounce, a great Tiger bounce, all the way down almost the 5-yard line, and for its touchdown by Luke Dickey. So here we go. We're going to see the first for the Newton Falls Tiger defense here for the first time today. Let's see if they come out aggressive with some energy after that kind of floundering first offensive drive.
Well, the main key is one, no penalties, and two, there was really nothing that you could really do. But we have Eric down on the field, and Eric, what do you got for us?
Guys, thank you very much. You know, tonight is Veterans Appreciation Night, and it's also a date set aside by Congress to honor POWs and MIAs. And the color guard for tonight is a combination of the VFW in Newton Falls and the American Legion of Newton Falls. And our honor guard, color guard, you are?
Bob Cameron, Marine Corps.
Steve Garkar, United States Marine Corps, 64 to 68.
Bill Smith, Navy. Darrell Brown, U.S. Navy.
These guys gave the ultimate sacrifice, gave up their time, their energy, and their effort, left their families to keep the United States safe, and we honor them and thank them for honoring the United States and the flag tonight. Back up to you guys in the booth. Thanks.
Thanks, Eric, and thank you, gentlemen, for your service. We really appreciate it, more than we can even possibly say. So on the first play of that drive for Crestview, it looked like a quick pass, a rollout to the left, and it was a gain of about 6 yards. So we're looking at about second and 4 right now for Crestview from about their own 10-yard line. So Crestview comes out. Looks like they come out throwing here in the first 2 plays of the game, and they've got another pass complete there to number 11, Hardenbrook, on the reception, and they're going to move the chains. That's going to be a first down, DJ.
We're talking about aggressive defense right now. We're seeing them sit back on their heels. They can't go ahead and do that against this Crestview team, especially with 2 completions over the air.
Also, notice that Crestview's coming out in a hurry up. It looks like they're not huddling up, and they came right back out into their spots. And we've got a run, but it looks like I think they're going to get them for a false start, and that's exactly what they're calling, a false start on Crestview. So illegal procedure on Crestview, so that's going to back them up a little bit. And we're going to replay first down. So it's going to be about 1st and 15 for Crestview. So let's see if this Newton Falls Tiger defense can settle down a little bit and make a stop here on first down. Looks like a run right up the middle. And that run is going to get them about 15 yards. It looks like it's going to be close to a first down. And on the carry, you got Jack Yerke on the carry.
Unfortunately, it looked like there was a Mack truck that could go through that hole.
I apologize. That was number 22, Ethan Powell, on the carry.
Look at how big that hole is. I mean, there's
huge hole.
You cannot do that on defense, especially at the fact that they're playing fast.
Defensive line's going to have to step it up. It looks like Crestview's coming out quick and coming out aggressive here running the ball, DJ.
Newton Falls got to settle down. They got to settle, go ahead, fill their gaps, go ahead and read their assignments. Right now, this hurry-up offense of Crestview is actually taking them out of their element.
So here we are on 1st and 10 here from the Crestview 35. Tigers show blitz. Looks like a quick screen pass out to the left, and he's upended quickly. Brandon Yasness on the reception is upended quickly out in the left flat for a gain of about, looks like a gain of about 2 on the play. So we're second down and 7, so a gain of 3 on the play. So again, Crestview's coming right up to the line. They're not huddling, and they're going to play quick on the Tigers here. Let's see what the defense can do. And Crestview's sticking with the pass here. Pass is out to Yasnins out in the left-hand flat. Quick out route for a gain of, looks like a first down for a gain of about 10. And Crestview's just moving the ball here, DJ.
They are going at will at this Tiger defense. I'm not sure, but Newton Falls got to settle down and settle down quick, because that's exactly what Crestview is quick right now.
It looks a lot like the Newton Falls Tigers are losing the battle at the line of scrimmage here. Getting no pressure. Here we get some pressure. Looks like number 88 had a hand on the quarterback, wasn't able to get him down, and
We got a flag on the play.
Quarterback Cusick, number 8, Cusick was able to get the ball away, but we have a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is down on the field.
That could have been close to an illegal forward pass.
I think you might be right, DJ. As you can see here in the replay, number 88, Bryce Moran, was almost able to get a hand on the almost able to get the sack.
And the line of scrimmage was the 50, and he was really close to that line of scrimmage.
Let's see what the call is. 2 fouls on the play. So we have 2 penalties against the Rebels here. The first penalty is a legal man downfield, and the second penalty is passing beyond the line of scrimmage. So it looks like the Tigers are going to accept the legal forward pass penalty and move the Rebels back. So we're going to replay. No, it's going to be second down. It's going to be second down and 15 here from, looks like the Crestview 45. And let's see if this Tiger defensive line can get some pressure again on the quarterback and get him a little bit rattled.
A couple of things helping Newton Falls is Crestview is over here giving their own self-inflicted wounds.
So another run, and Jake Wright comes up quickly to make the tackle after a short gain of maybe 2. And as we mentioned in pregame, DJ, Jake Wright is going to be one of the keys to the game, whether it be offense or defense. But as we know, Jake Wright plays safety on defense. One thing you can't have is having your safety lead your team in tackles, because what does that tell you?
It tells you that your defensive line is not as expected, and that's what you need to have, especially if they're going to your secondary to go ahead and gain plays.
What a play by Jake Wright, a reception on the play, a throw and a catch to number 11, William Hardenbrook on the play, upended by Jake Wright. As you can see in the replay, the quarterback has all kinds of time, makes a beautiful pass over the middle. Hardenbrook goes up and makes the play. Jake Wright comes in and makes the tackle. But it's first down Crestview again, and they are moving the ball. They are in Newton Falls territory on the 39-yard line of the Tigers.
Where is the pressure? We need pressure on the quarterback.
There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for, a tackle for loss on the play. Great job by the Tiger defense. Big number 88 on the play, busting through the line and making the tackle for a loss. That's the kind of stuff we need to see, DJ.
Absolutely. If you go ahead and you watch here on the replay, look at the penetration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tigers on the ball. That's what you got to have.
Aggressive gameplay. That's exactly what we need to see. So let's see what the Tigers can do here on defense on second down as Crestview takes the ball at the 39-yard line. Newton Falls is showing blitz again, but Crestview's going deep. And it's the play. Oh, it's caught, touchdown. Crestview trying to see the number. It looks like number 2. That looks like Brandon Yasnin's on the reception. It was just a beautiful pass and a beautiful catch on the play. Touchdown, Crestview.
You couldn't get any better than that on the coverage. I mean, his man was there. He was matched up man-to-man. Just ended up having a better ball, put the ball where the receiver could get it. He only got one hand up. Unfortunately, he just happened to miss that one.
Yeah, the receiver made a great play on that one and went up and high pointed the ball, made a great catch, and then was able to take it in for the score. So the Tigers are down right now 6-0 with 6:16 left to go in the first quarter as Crestview tries to convert the extra point. Ball's down, it's up, and it looks like it is good. So at 6:16 left in the first quarter, Crestview is first on the board as they're able to score on their first offensive possession of the game, drive the entire length of the field, 95 yards, DJ, take it all the way down the field and score to make it 7-0.
And they even made it harder for themselves when they had those penalties. I mean, they were knocking themselves back, and they just came back right again and scored.
Now, with that early score, we really want to see what the Tigers are going to do as they get the ball back here and the mental part of it, the mental aspect. It's very early in this game. There's still a lot of time. Obviously, we've got 3 quarters plus, but we know how this team tends to get. Sometimes they tend to get a little bit down on themselves, and the mental fortitude is really going to be shown here tonight.
Especially with the young quarterback right now. Now you put him in a hole 7-0. He's going to go ahead and he's going to try to go ahead and do everything that he can do. What you need to do is go back to your bread and butter like we were talking about. Go ahead, get the ball on the ground, open up the play action. You'll go ahead and take care of himself. Like you said, a lot of football left. Don't try to go ahead and win the game right here on this next drive.
Now, the Newton Falls Tigers need to come out here and put together a sustained drive and basically try to own the line of scrimmage here and move the ball down the field and try to get some points on the board and minimize penalties. These are all things that the Tigers need to focus on as number 2, Brandon Yasnins, gets ready to kick off. After that score, the ball is up, and there's no one back to receive deep, and it's going to be a touchback. Good kickoff there. So as we change possession again and change players, again, we want to thank our sponsors for helping us out here, and really, the team really appreciates it. So let's take a second to thank some of those sponsors. So one of our sponsors tonight is Holland Alarm. The Holland Alarm Company, established in 1969. It's a family-owned business. For your business and home protection needs, contact Holland Alarm, 330-369-2956. Thank you, Holland Alarm. And also Crop Photography. My wife and I are luxury wedding and portrait photographers. We would love to talk to you about your wedding plans. Contact us at cropphotography.com. So here comes the Newton Falls Tiger offense again for their second possession of the game. Nick Oyster with the quick pass out to Adam Honeycutt, and he's got the ball in space. Makes one guy miss and gets about 7 yards on the reception, DJ. That's the kind of stuff that we need to see. Get your athletes, get your players that can make plays, the ball in space, and let them make plays.
As you can see here on the replay, go ahead, and it was a beautiful catch. But one thing I don't like is holding that ball out like a loaf of bread. That's how you get a quick turnover.
Turnovers and penalties are the things that we need to avoid big time tonight. So here come the Tigers back up to the ball. 2nd and 4 here, about 5:44 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers are down 7-0 against Crestview. Second possession of the game. So we got a design run. Nick Oyster up the middle for a first down and a big gain. Good play call. Doesn't look like Crestview was expecting that one, DJ.
No, they caught him sleeping. As you can see right here on the replay, they went ahead and they thought there was going to be a run to the running back. No, Oyster's like, hey, let me go ahead and put the game on my shoulders right now. Good first down.
That's exactly the kind of things we need to see. So Oyster's coming back out to the huddle. I have to say, DJ, I'm a little curious, and I've wondered this since we first started calling these games. Is we have our quarterback come to the sideline to get his plays and run in. It seems like that would tire the quarterback out quite a bit.
Yeah, usually you see a receiver go ahead and do that job, but I guess he said, hey, I'm going to do it myself.
So here we go on 1st and 10 from the Newton Falls 40-yard line. It's going to be a give to Mitchell Harley right up the middle. A nice hard run. Downhill, which is what we like to see, what we're accustomed to seeing from Harley. Straight downhill running, hit the hole fast, and a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Well, when you got a score up there on the board and you see that it's your opponent that outscored you, that go ahead and put a little, fire in your belly. So now you're going to go ahead and see Harley run the way that he's designed to run.
It's good to see him motivated and running hard. And right before, while we were talking about that, we saw a little shot of some of the cheerleaders down here supporting their team. This is really great to see. You've got all the varsity cheerleaders and the little cheerleaders as well, all mixed together. There's a ton of cheerleaders down here. It's great to see. So we got another handoff to Mitchell Harley. He's going to get about 2 on the play before he's tripped up. So it's going to be 3rd down and manageable. 3rd about 3, a long 3, maybe 4. But I like what I'm seeing so far, DJ. I like the quick hitting plays. We haven't seen a whole lot of stuff downfield, which isn't necessarily their forte right now, and we want to try to build the confidence up of young Nick Oyster.
This is huge. I mean, you went ahead in the first possession, you had a punt. The second possession, you get a 3rd and manageable.
So let's see what the Tiger offense can do here on 3rd down, 3rd and 4. Crestview showing blitz, and they do. And it's a give to Harley. He's able to get past the first wave, but he's going to be, it looks about a yard short of the first down. Let's see what the Tiger offense is going to do here and what Coach Gillespie decides. I like the idea. I like the give to Harley up the middle. Just short by about a yard.
Right now, this is a manageable place to be on the field because you don't lose too much if you don't go for the punt, especially at the fact that you're moving the ball now. You go ahead, get in a big formation, let your bruiser go ahead, take it. Got to get this yard.
This is one of those situations where it's your bigs against their bigs, and you basically it's a gut check. You have to say, look, we need a yard, get a yard. Your offense has to win the battle at the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they can pull it off. We got a fumble on the play. It looked like the offensive line just let everybody through, DJ. There was just holes galore, and there was nothing but white jerseys in the backfield. Before Mitchell Harley could even get the ball, he was being hit. So let's see on the replay. Soon as
already off the end. I mean, where's your right side blocking?
Yeah, the protection fell apart on that play. I'm really sad to say this, but already with 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter, it looks like our guys are sucking wind a little bit out there already.
We were talking about that, seeing if they went ahead and got conditioned from last game to this game, and right now got hands on hips.
Well, they've got a lot of football left to go, so hopefully they can dig down here. So Newton Falls is going to take over on defense. Crestview is going to take over on offense here after the change of possession, the loss of downs. So here comes Crestview again, and Newton Falls jumps off sides on first down.
And it begins.
That's one of those mental errors that happens when you get tired, and that was one of our Tigers that had their hands on their hips. Let's see if these guys can shake it off. They're going to have to put up something. They're going to have to get a stop here and get the ball back and help their offense out. So 1st and 5 for the Rebels. And it's going to be a give right up the middle to Hardenbrook. He bounces to the outside, and he has a little bit of a lane. He's still on his feet, and he's brought down by a couple Tigers, Jake Wright and Chris Wilcox. But not before he gained about 20 yards, DJ, about 25 yards.
You can see who wants it more from the outset right here on the replay. He went ahead, and he ended up gaining those 25 yards, and it looked fairly easy.
Yeah, they're not getting a whole lot of push, it doesn't look like, here from the defensive line. I wonder if the coaches would ever consider or have considered adding another defensive lineman to their defensive set. So here we go on first down from the 21. And it's going to be a quarterback keep here. Great play on a little bit of extracurricular activity here on the field. A little bit of late hit, no whistle. But a nice play on that.
They actually had the read on that one, kept their eyes on the quarterback. Everybody played downhill, get a tackle for loss.
Let's see if we can get some pressure here on 2nd 11. I don't know, I'm expecting pass here. Let's see if the defense is ready.
Only 3 down linemen.
Tigers showing blitz, but they got a. Looks like it's going to be an offsides on number 11, Paul Broderick. That seems pretty ticky-tacky to me, DJ.
I mean, he was close, but I don't know if it was close enough to go ahead and call that penalty.
Well, now that we've seen that these referees are going to be calling penalties like that, the defense have to play accordingly. They have to know what to expect, and they have to be ready for it. So let's see what they can do here on 2nd down.
Got to play smart. Got to go ahead and get these out of the system now. Way too close to go ahead and let them score. They're already in the red zone.
So as a pass, and it's tipped, and it's intercepted, and Jake Wright has got it at the 30, 35, 40, 50's at midfield. Crestview might catch him. He's at the 20. He dives. Jake Wright's going to make it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown on a pick 6.
Huge turn of events right there. Went ahead, and the quarterback from Crestview ended up having a pick last game and ended up throwing another one. This was a tip drill. Went ahead, eyed the ball right down to his hands, and it was off to the races.
What a great play. As you can see by the replay, it's a quick slant right over the middle, and it's a little high, and it's tipped. Jake Wright, as we've said in the pregame, is a ball hawk, always around the ball, catches the ball and takes off. Now it's a foot race. As you can see, looks like, I believe that's number 2, Brandon Yassens, chasing him down. Almost makes the play, almost is able to get a shoestring tackle, but Wright able to high step his way out of the tackle. As you're going to see right here, the last-ditch effort to make the play. Wright's able to step through it for the touchdown. Let's see if Cameron Hankins, number 18, can convert for the extra point and tie this ball game up. And the extra point is going to be blocked. So the Tigers are going to be down 7-6. That is crucial, DJ.
Oh, this is very, very big. I mean, if you looked and you seen the snap, you seemed kind of low. The holder couldn't get a good hold on it, and when it starts from that, it's usually means of disaster.
It looked like a lot of pressure coming off that right side as well. It looked like somebody might have come in untouched. Hard to say without seeing the replay, but Newton Falls is going to kick off here. We needed that. We definitely needed that play. We definitely needed a quick turn of events. As you can see, the crowd got back into it, a lot more energy back into the stadium, but that missed extra point could come back to haunt the Tigers here if we go back and forth.
Right now, you're going to have your defense going back out on the field.
Now that's what we like to see here, DJ. No matter what is going on, you've got the great support of the fans, of the cheerleaders out there, and you can hear the stadium. The energy's back a little bit. I know we're down by 1, but it's still a ton of football. We got 3 quarters left to go, but people are back into the game, and you can tell the little cheerleaders are having a blast out there.
It's awesome to see when one play goes ahead and changes the course of the game. Right there, you got your energy back in the crowd. The team is definitely pumped up after that.
So we've got a kickoff getting ready. I'd like to get a feeling for what's going on down the field as Cameron Hankins kicks off, a nice kickoff all the way down to the 10. And it's going to be brought out, and he's got a blocker. Well, we got a flag on the field.
Ooh, that was a truck stick.
That was close. That was a little bit late. Let's see what the call is on the play. Number 4, Caden Paskovich on the return.
Looks like it's going to be against the return team.
Looks like the call is going to be a block in the back, if I heard our PA announcer correctly, because I haven't seen a signal yet. It looks like it's going to be a block in the back, and they're stepping this off. So Crestview, even on that decent return, they're going to get the ball back. Let's see where they place this ball. Just put it anywhere, I guess. Crestview's going to take over here on this drive at the 20-yard, their own 20-yard line after that penalty. So let's see if the defense can come out fired up again after that turnover and make something else happen here. They have to have some renewed energy after that play, after that sequence of events. Let's see what they can do here. Looks like we have
we got a timeout, Tigers.
Timeout by the Tigers here. And it looks like Coach Gillespie's not too happy down there on the sideline. It looks like he's missing one of his senior. Looks like Jake Wright was on the sideline still and wasn't able to get back into the field for that series of defense. And it looks like Coach Gillespie was not happy about that, not too much.
Crucial timeout there. Those are one of the ones that you don't want to burn early.
So while we have a minute, let's look at some of our sponsors that were nice enough to sponsor the game. Tonight, the Touchdown Club, the Newton Falls Touchdown Club would like to wish the entire senior class the best of luck this season and beyond. Beat the Rebels. Also, Ken Klein for mayor. Vote Klein for mayor, a strong family for a strong community. Paid for by the candidate. So Subway, and also the family of Christian McCabe. Christian C-Mac McCabe have a great season. Love Mom, Dad, Carson, Granny, and Papa. So there's Christian McCabe there. And also Subway, that our sponsor. They also fed the team on Thursday night, and we really appreciate that, all the help. And it looks like we're going to have almost a sack in the backfield. Shane Battison in the backfield, but looks like number 55, James Wisenett, was able to clean it up and get a tackle for no gain. Great pressure there by number 80, Shane Battison, able to get into the backfield on that play.
Battison got in on the backfield and slowed him up just enough for the Cavalry to come and help him. Got him by the back of the jersey and slowed him down just enough to go ahead and get the tackle in the backfield.
You see Hardenbrook, number 22, seems like he's quite a bit to bring down, but anybody, as if you try to arm tackle and try to tackle up high, these guys got to get down low and get that form tackle. So let's see what happens here on 2nd and 10. And we've got a false start, it looks like, on the offense. So for a change, it looks like the penalties are a little bit more balanced tonight, DJ.
I was not expecting that.
So let's see if the Tiger defense can benefit here from a little bit of help from the offense. It's 2nd and 15 here with about 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Crestview Rebels are leading your Newton Falls Tigers 7-6 here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. Looks like number 8's rolling out to the left. Cusick's out to the left. Another tip pass, a dangerous tip pass on look like another quick slant, another quick hit play out to the left flat. Those are some dangerous plays, DJ, when that ball's tipped up in the air like that.
Just like they had before on the interception, they ended up having that one, and that could have easily went in the Tigers' direction.
So this is a huge down right now. 3rd and 15, should be 3rd and 15 here. Big down for the Tigers. They have the Rebels pushed back into their own territory all the way back to the 15-yard line. The Tigers show blitz. Pass over the middle, and the pass is caught, and he's immediately hit by Mitchell Harley. A nice gain on the play. Looks like a gain of about 12. So we're looking at 4th and about 2 or 3 yards. Let's see what Crestview does here. If they decide to go.
Well, it's going to be the end of the quarter.
So at the end of the quarter, as I mentioned, the Newton Falls Tigers are trailing the Crestview Rebels 7-6 as we get ready to head into the second quarter and change ends. So while we have a few minutes again, I'd like to thank the American Legion Post 236 for being our game sponsor tonight. And it seemed like a very fitting evening for that to take place on this military appreciation night, on the POW and MIA appreciation night.
It was a great looking ceremony, and as we were talking about before, the community coming together for our POWs and MIAs, always thinking about you.
Yeah, it's great to see the community come out. It's great to honor our veterans. They deserve all of our respect.
Now we get to switch sides on the field.
Speaking of the field, DJ, that paw in the middle of the field looks fantastic.
Looks absolutely amazing as it goes ahead and makes its return for this game.
Great job by the field crew tonight of getting this field ready to go. The field looks fantastic. And as I say that, it looks like the second quarter is getting ready to get underway here, and Crestview is going to punt back deep. You have number 1, Jake Wright, who also just returned that long interception for a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. Hopefully the Tigers can stay onside. Punt is almost, I don't know if Paul Broderick may have gotten a hand on it, may have not, but it looks like he changed the trajectory of the ball, and the Tigers are going to get amazing field position. The ball is on the 45-yard line of Crestview as the Newton Falls offense takes the field. This is the kind of thing that the Tigers need right now.
Offense has been stagnant. You got to go ahead and move the ball like we were doing last possession, and just had an unfortunate turn of events. Now right here, you're on Crestview side of the field. You can't ask for anything much more than that.
I'd like to see them build some confidence here, get some of their playmakers involved, get them the ball in open space, and let them make some players miss. We have a team here littered with seniors, full of upperclassmen, full of guys that have experience here, know what they're doing, against a very young Crestview team that has come in without a win so far this season. This is the kind of time that a veteran team, a team that's experienced, that has some gumption and some confidence, comes in and takes over the game.
This is where you want to see the Mitchell Harleys take over the game. You want to see the Jake Wrights take over the game. Go ahead and make it easy on your quarterback. Like you said, this team's 0-3. You got to go ahead and get into them early.
We got man coverage here close on Luke Dickey, closest to us. And it's a handoff that was almost fumbled on the jet sweep by Jake Wright. He was able to retain possession of the ball somehow, but he's hitting the backfield for what looks like about a half a yard loss. Not the way you want to start out on first down.
As you see here on the replay, he got lucky on that handoff. I don't think there was a good exchange between the two, hence the reason why he started bobbling it.
We really got to start seeing some firing out and some aggression from our offensive line here. I think that's really the key to the game, is getting some blocks up front and really getting some holes for these running backs to find a lane. So let's see what happens here on second down. It's like a rollout pass from Nick Oyster out to Adam Honeycutt, who's wide open. Catches the ball out in the flat for a nice gain. Looks like he's going to be close to the first down, just short. So we're looking at about 3rd and a yard. Great play, great design play. Put Nick Oyster in space. He looks very comfortable on those rollout throws when he has time, and he's got a big, tall receiver out there in Adam Honeycutt to make the play.
You see the offensive line was helping him out, bought him some time, and that's all he needs.
I wonder if they heard me. They heard me if they needed to buy him some time. It looks like they're going to give him some time again. He's got Shane Battison over the middle, almost able to break a tackle, but he's shoestring tackled by by number 25, Daniel Fitzgerald on the tackle, but not until a first down. Great pass by young Nick Oyster. Sets his foot, throws a strike.
Look at the hands of Battison for being a tight end receiver.
Great catch by number 80, Shane Battison.
Amazing hands. You'd like to see that to help out your quarterback. Now you're starting to get a little bit of momentum. Let's go ahead and see what the Tigers can do.
Exactly what we need to see here out of number 14. Let's see if they can continue to build on this momentum. Another quick throw. Oh, and it looks like a miscommunication on that play. Jake Wright was wide open in the flat. It looked like he broke inside, and Oyster thought he was going to break outside on the play.
Clear miscommunication. Can't have that going into trying to get into the red zone right now. It's early in the second quarter. You want to go ahead and establish those plays right there that could have easily got him into the red zone.
Again, I have to say, as far as the offense is concerned so far this drive, I really like what I'm seeing. They're making quick hits, quick plays, getting the ball out of Oyster's hands quickly, and they're designed. They're not making it so hard on him he has to read defenses or read any kind of coverage or anything like that. He knows where he's going with the ball, and he gets it out quick. That's what they need to continue to do. So on second down, Christian McCabe is going to get his first carry of the game, and he's going to get about 3 yards on the carry on second down. So it's going to be 3rd and long after McCabe has the carry. The offensive line really needs to buy Nick Oyster some time here on this play. make some holes if they decide to run the ball, really make some lanes for the running backs. This is going to be a huge opportunity for them to convert. Honestly, I'm guessing this is probably going to be 4-down territory.
I like the rollout right here. You got the ball on the left, almost the left side of the hash. Go ahead and roll Oyster out to the right. You got 2 men on the right-hand side. I like his chances.
Yeah, you've got Jake Wright in a slot and Adam Honeycutt split out wide to the right with man coverage. But you've got pressure on Nick Oyster, and he's going to get hit. He's able to get the ball away to Paul Broderick, but no gain on the play. That was a dangerous play.
Very, very, very unlike Oyster right there. As you go ahead and you see him on the blitz, he tries to go ahead and break the tackles, but this right here, this is where you want to go down. Because right there, 36 actually had a play on the ball. You can't go ahead and have turnovers like that.
No, that's a
What
dangerous
could have been
play.
a turnover?
That's a very dangerous play. And a young Nick Oyster, you kind of hope him to see just kind of throw that ball into the ground if he can. He made the play, but that could have turned out the other way. So here we go on 4th down. They are going to go for it about 4th and 8. Oyster has pressure again. He's got to be able to get the ball away, and it's dropped by Adam Honeycutt. Beautiful pass by Nick Oyster, hit him right in the hands. Unfortunately, was not able to pull it in. That would have been a huge conversion for the Tigers, as you can see by the replay, DJ.
You can't hurt your quarterback like that. All you ask him to do is go ahead and put the ball on the money. He did. That was just a clear drop. I think he was thinking about the run after the catch. Got to catch first, then you go ahead and plant your feet.
Well, hopefully the defense come out and pick up the slack where the offense left off here. That had to be a little bit disheartening, a lot disheartening, honestly. They were driving, moving the ball down the field, and had a chance to take the lead. Let's see if the defense come out a little bit fired up here and make a stop and get the ball back. So we have 8:45 left here in the second quarter. The Rebels still lead the Tigers here 7-6 in Newton Falls Tiger Stadium on this beautiful Friday night.
I don't think Coach Gillespie's too happy about that. He's down there by himself.
He needed some space. So if he hand off to the outside, no one seems to know that he has the ball. He breaks a tackle, but is brought down for about a 4-yard gain. Looks like about a 4-yard gain on 1st down. Seemed like a pretty slow developing play there, DJ.
Went from one side all the way to the other. It seems like he ran 30 yards, got 4.
So on 2nd down and 6, let's see what the Crestview Rebels do here on offense. Tigers show blitz. It's going to be a pass out of the flat, but there's not enough on it, and it's going to come up short of the receiver, number 2, Brandon Janssens from Cusick.
You hope to have plays like that. Let them go ahead. The defense is stepping up right here.
This is going to be a huge down, another huge down. I keep saying that, but these are huge downs every time. When you're down by 1 point and your offense isn't clicking exactly the way you want it to, these kind of downs, these 3rd downs, are huge downs every single time. So let's see if the defense can button down here and make a stop.
No mistakes, no penalties.
We got pressure coming off the side from Harley. He's got a man wide open over the middle of the field. It looks like number 12, Jack Yerke, on the reception.
There was a breakdown in coverage on that play.
It absolutely was. It was great field vision there by Cusick on the play. Buys himself some time, slides in the pocket, and makes almost a no-look throw. A Patrick Mahomes
right
type throw. Yerke was wide open, made a great catch on the play, and was able to get the 1st down.
Great vision downfield by the quarterback.
So we have a swing pass out into the right flat, chased by Paul Broderick, and to be tackled by Paul Broderick right at the Crestview sideline there. Very aggressive play, but a nice gain on the play as well.
Crestview's changing their game up tonight. As they were going down on the ground, now you see this young quarterback go ahead and turn into a gunslinger.
They're passing all over the place. He's not getting any pressure, so now we got a handoff up the middle. He's breaking tackles and is going to be able to get the 1st down. Brought down by Dominic Hunt on the play and a couple other Tigers, but not until Crestview is able to get the 1st down on the play.
And that's what happens when you have the pass going down. You start to see that defense creep back a little bit, opens wide open holes for the running back.
Just like we mentioned, the pass opens up the run. So now they're passing again, quick out, but it's going to be dropped. Good play, good finish on the tackle by number 14, Nick Oyster, but that pass is going to be incomplete. So it's 2nd down for the Rebels.
Looked like it was a good pass. His receiver just didn't come down with it.
So Crestview's looking over to their sideline to get the plays since they're not huddling up. It looks like it's going to be, you got 4 wide receiver set with the receiver flanking the quarterback. And it's going to be a quarterback keep on this play. He looks like he kind of had a limp when he was running the ball there.
No, he sold that fake really well. I mean, he had me fake. When he came back up, you seen everybody go in towards the running back, and all it was an option play, as you see here on the replay. As he gets the snap, watch how the quarterback sells the option. Goes ahead, takes it, RPO, bam, everybody's inside. And look, quarterback, he was like, wait a minute, I'm wide open.
And they just did it again. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and looks like number 22, Ethan Powell is going to take it in for the touchdown. So Crestview is able to take the ball down the field again and score after Newton Falls was not able to convert on that 4th down play with a drop pass near the end zone. So Crestview is able to capitalize on that missed pass by Newton Falls. So now the Rebels take the lead 13-6 against the Newton Falls Tigers with 7:15 left to go in the second quarter.
Defense is not looking too good right now. Can't have this happen. I mean, you have the pass set up the run. Like we said, that RPO ran it to perfection, ended up getting a huge gain, and then they're in for 6.
So as Crestview gets ready to kick the extra point, which they do, and it looks like it's going to be good to take the lead 14-6, let's go down to Eric Thompson down in the field and see what the energy is right now down in the field. I see that he's in the middle of the cheerleaders. What do you got for us, Eric?
I'll tell you what, guys. They talk about coming out and supporting the players on the field. There is nothing more important than the support and enthusiasm of the 12th man. In this case, it's about 65 people making up that 12th man in enthusiasm. It's 65 young ladies who represent the varsity, the junior varsity, the JV, junior high, and 3 different levels of Pee Wee cheerleaders for the Pee Wee football team that are out here tonight, all working together to make Newton Falls come alive with enthusiasm. Back up to you.
Thanks, Eric. And that's exactly what they're doing. Even though Crestview was able to just score, these cheerleaders are still able to keep the energy going. And let's see if the Newton Falls Tigers, the players on the field, can get that energy back going again with a good offensive series here, which is what they desperately need.
They can go ahead and score real quick, go for 6. You can have this game tied up within 7 minutes. It's just management of the ball. Can't have receivers dropping, gimme passes.
Yeah, unfortunately, with some of the injuries that the Tigers have sustained, especially the loss of their quarterback, any extra of assistance from the team is needed. We need players to really go all out, and you can't have little mistakes. You can't have drop passes in situations like that. And I'm sure the players know that. It's pretty obvious, but it's even more important now when you've suffered an injury like they have with loss of the quarterback. So here comes Mitchell Harley on the return of the kickoff. He comes all the way across the field, tries to find a lane, but is unable to get up the field. So he's going to get the ball all the way out to about the 26 or 27-yard line of the Tigers, and they're going to take over on offense once again.
Right now, let's see if, Newton Falls can go ahead and put together a drive. You don't have to get everything at once. Game of inches, 7 minutes. Go ahead and burn that clock up and go ahead and try to get it at least tied before halftime. Don't make you don't have to go and throw 20 yards downfield. Go ahead, get those 2-3 yards. All those add up over time.
And speaking of time, there's a ton of time left. So yeah, there's no rush. There's no need to hurry right now. You need chunk plays. We need first downs. We need to move the chains, and that's what the Tigers should focus on. So let's see what they do here on first down. Looks like a quarterback keep, a draw right at the middle. Good run by young Nick Oyster. A gain of about 5 or 6. Now that's the kind of positive play that you want to see, particularly on first down. Open up the playbook. It allows you to run pretty much anything you want on second down, and that's what we need to see.
Keep the clock moving. The clock is your friend right now. Go ahead, get these 2-3 yards at a time. Don't have to go for everything at once, and now you set yourself up at a really manageable second down.
And on second down, 2nd and 5, let's see if this offensive line can give Nick Oyster some time and make some lanes for these running backs. A nicely designed counter play, and Paul Broderick's up the middle. He's got a lane. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, Touchdown, Tigers. Number 11, Paul Broderick on the run. What a play, DJ.
To the house, bread and butter. We've been preaching it. Keep that ball on the ground, and good things will happen. Great blocking by the offensive line. Also, Paul Broderick, great read. As you can see right here, he goes ahead and he takes the snap. And as he goes ahead and takes the snap, look at the vision already upfield. The vision, 1 miss, 2 miss. Boom, he's already out in the open because they're expecting the pass. Now you have him, and then it's a foot race. And after this missed tackle, it was to the house.
Great job by number 11, Paul Broderick on the play to take it all the way in. On that play, after you see that replay, and what I had mentioned before that play even happened, the offensive line. If you watch that replay again, as we watch that replay, the 2 pulling linemen coming through and making those seal blocks to allow Broderick to get through the hole, that's the kind of stuff you need. It all starts up front with the big guys up front, and that's what happened on that play, which is why Broderick was able to get in for 6. Here we go on the conversion, and Oyster to Battison for 2, and we are all tied up here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. Great play. Oyster to Battison. Great job, Tigers. And it is all tied up here, 14-14 with 6:16 left to go in the second quarter. Great job, Tigers. Let's see what they do here on the kickoff. And there's some fireworks being shot off. I love it. What a great energy. You can see that. That's fantastic. Way to go, Tigers. Great play. Let's see what they do on the ensuing kickoff.
I was just going for dink and dunk, and next thing you know, he rips off one for 70.
We'll take it. We talked about, not needing to hurry up the clock or rush or anything like that, and Broderick said, shut up, you guys up in the booth. I'm going to take it to the house.
Now let's see what this defense does, and look down on the field.
There's an energy down there, DJ. You can feel it up here all the way up in the booth. The Tigers are alive again, having tied the score back up. I think they've got a little bit of confidence back on that play. Let's see what the kickoff team does here. Let's see if Cameron Hankins can pound one down the field. Let's see what the coverage does. And let's listen to these little cheerleaders, DJ. Oh, that's great. You can hear the crowd's really into it, really behind their Tigers as Cameron Hankins gets ready to come into this kickoff. Ball is up and away. And it's going to be fielded by, looks like, number 4. Dodges one tackle, but he's met by Jake Wright with a vicious tackle on the sideline. Great play by number 1, Jake Wright. And the Rebels will take over possession on the 25-yard line. Looks like they're fired up, DJ.
As you were saying, get that energy up. Now you got a big one, you got a big run, and now next thing you know, you went ahead and have a solid tackle right here coming in by Jake Wright, laying the wood. Now this defense has got to be ready to go.
So here comes the Rebels. Get ready to take over on this possession. 6:11 left to go here in the second quarter. We are all tied up at 14. Let's see if this defensive line can get some pressure. Let's see if they can get some pressure on this quarterback and make somebody make a mistake here. We got Jake Wright coming off the corner. What a play by Jake Wright. Great job on the blitz. Shoestring tackle in the backfield. That's the kind of stuff you need to see from your leader, from your senior defensive leader.
What were we talking about? Game of inches. That's exactly what that was. Breakthrough tackle, tackle for loss. Huge defensive surge going on right now as we speak.
Here we go, 2nd and 12. This feels like a passing down to me. Let's see if this defensive line can get some pressure again, like I said, on the quarterback. It's a low snap. He's able to pick it up. The ball's away. He's got number 12, Yerke, open. Dodges one tackle. He's got a block on Nick Oyster, and he's down the sideline to the 40, 35, and he's tackled by Luke Dickey at the Crestview, at the Tiger 35-yard line. Huge play by number 12. Jack Yerke on the play on the reception, and a great design play by the offense.
As you can go ahead and see here on the replay, what we have is a breakdown in coverage over the middle. The middle, Brian, has been open all night long. These are on a rope. Look at that. We need better coverage than that.
Yeah, it looked like number 80, Shane Battison, was on the coverage there. Those crossing routes are really difficult to cover in man. I don't care what kind of athlete you are. Those are the most difficult routes to cover. So hopefully they can get that cleaned up, or maybe get a little more pressure on their guy, get some hands on him on the line of scrimmage. But on first down, Crestview's going to hand it up the middle, and number 22, Hardenbrook, is going to take it to the house. He runs it right up the middle and is able to score a touchdown for the Crestview Rebels, for them to take the lead 20-14. Just like that, DJ, we're back and forth. The Rebels have scored again.
This looks like this is going to be a stat game for both sides. I mean, everybody's ripping off runs 20, 30, 40 yards.
This is just a simple dive right up the middle. Now that's the replay from the pass from the catch by Yerke. But that run for the touchdown was just a simple handoff right up the middle, and he had a lane, as you mentioned earlier, you could drive a truck through.
Oh yeah, it was set up by that play that we just seen the replay on the play before that. Set up right there as he came in with the decent coverage, and now
it looks like Jansen's extra point is good, so the Rebels take the lead again as we switch leads. It's 21-14, Crestview.
At this point, Brian, it seems like who's going to score last.
That's pretty much it. It's going to be just a run and gun game. We got a young team in Crestview, and we've got a young quarterback here in Newton Falls. Even though it's a senior-heavy team, we've got a young offense.
And it's showing by both defenses. I think defenses are tired, and they're just going to run the score up tonight.
Yeah, the defense looks like they're a little disheartened after that series coming off the field. They look tired. They look a little disheartened. So we're 5:07 left to go here in the second quarter. It feels like this game's gone on longer than it does. It feels like there should be less time in the second quarter.
Right, with everybody running the ball, you think that would slow the game down. No, we're already at 21-14 in the second quarter with 5 minutes left. There's still a lot of football out there left.
Ton of football as Newton Falls kickoff return team takes the field. I'd like to see honestly, this is my opinion, I'd like to see some better body language. I know they just got a touchdown scored on, but you'd like to see the hustle and get that, just kind of shake that off, get ready to go out there and make the next play and not to hang the head, kind of walking around on the field.
It just goes up and down, back and forth. 1 minute, you got the crowd cheering. The next minute, everybody's, back down in their seats. This is a roller coaster of a game right now.
It's going to be, like you said, it's going to be who scores last and who can keep their mental edge and keep their aggressiveness till the end of the game. So number 2, Brandon Jansen's going to be kicking a ball off here from the 40. The kick is up and away. Returning is going to be Mitchell Harley. He takes the ball at the left hash. He's coming to the right. He's got a couple blockers, but he's hit from behind and tackled from behind at about the 27-yard line. So the Tigers are going to take over possession here in the second quarter, down by a score. And Nick Oyster's coming back out to take over again on offense. He's been playing pretty well so far tonight, DJ.
He hasn't had too many mistakes. I mean, there's only been one interception right now, and that was by Crestview. So the offense is managing right now. They just need to go ahead and get back to the end zone. I mean, on that last play, went ahead, ran it down about 70 yards, but then you turned around, gave up 2 quick plays, and now back down by 7. Let's go ahead and see here what Newton Falls can do.
We've seen what they can do. Let's see if they can do it again. Here we go on first down with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Nick Oyster's looking to pass to his left, and he's going to be intercepted, and that's going to be a pick 6. That's exactly what Newton Falls did not need. That was probably the worst time for that to happen, and I don't think Nick Oyster even saw him, DJ.
No, that was a perfect read by the linebacker, and you seen that he eyed that ball. He was sitting on the quarterback, looked like he was in coverage. He sat there in the cover. Next thing you know, Oyster didn't see him. Ball pops up. Opportune time right in his hands for the quick 6.
Yeah, William Hardenbrook has been a stud for this defense for Crestview, and he just did it right there. Took that ball and took it into the house for 6. And Crestview has now extended their lead 27-14 with the extra point to follow by Jansen's. Snaps back, kick is up, and the kick is going to be good. So, just like that, DJ, very, very quickly, we went from being down to being tied to now we're down again by 2 scores, all in the matter of a minute.
We're talking about managing the clock, and right now it looks like Crestview's managing the clock with quick scores.
You have to ask yourself and kind of wonder, with the things the way they are and the score being as close as it is and plenty of time left, why the coaches decide to kind of come out on first down and start passing the ball again.
I was just thinking that you would go ahead and give it to your workhorse, Mitchell Harley, Christian McKay, Paul Broderick. You see what the runs are getting you, and then you come back out on a quick, pass on first down. Wouldn't have been my coach's choice, but, hey, we're not coaches. We're in the booth.
That's true. So let's see what the Tigers can do here. Coming back out. Again, the energy's kind of getting sucked back out of the building quickly. It's amazing how quickly that can happen. But the Tiger return team is taking the field. We got some heads being hung here a little bit. Let's hope they can get their attitudes back up and get ready to get back in this game. 2 scores is not a lot with a whole half of a game left to go and half of a quarter on, actually.
That's for sure. I mean, right now, yeah, Newton Falls is down by 2 scores, but they scored just as quick. You just got to get some help on the defensive side.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to step up here and make a play. And it's going to have to be a little bit more consistent. So let's see what the Tigers can do here with the kickoff. Ball's up. It's like Broderick is trying to field the ball. He picks it up at about the 11-yard line, and he's met by 5 Crestview tacklers. But we have a flag on the play as well. I didn't see a whole lot of blocking going on that kick return, DJ.
Not at all. I mean, you just seen everybody just give up their assignments. Everybody has lanes on a kickoff. They ended up giving up their assignments, and that's why there were 3 white jerseys back there so quick.
Well, let's see what the penalty is here, what the call on the field is going to be. Well, I'm guessing where the flag is. I wonder if it's a late hit or some kind of penalty. Block and below the waist against Crestview. Which is a kind of an odd call since they were on defense on that.
Right. Usually you don't see penalties like that on kick teams.
Well, we'll take it at this point. We need it. So with 4:46 left to go in the second quarter here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium, the Tigers are down 28-14. With a whole lot of football left to go. Let's see what they can do here in this possession as they take over at their own 36-yard line.
Keep the ball on the ground, Brian.
I'd like to see that. Let's give the line an opportunity. I don't like that call, DJ. You're giving a pitch to your guy on the short side of the field. He's got nowhere to go.
I would, hate to say this, but that looked like a give-up play to go ahead and get the clock running. Right now, that pitch is not, especially to the short side of the field, that was just not a call that I would have made. You're going to run something like that, you're going to run that to the long side of the field. Right now, everything that's working for you right now is ISO plays, 26 ISO. Give it to the big guys. Let the big guys do their job. You're asking, linemen to pull over, plus they're tired right now. It's not a good play call.
So on 2nd and 15, Nick Woister's going to roll to his left. He's got a man out in the flat, and it looks like it's Adam Honeycutt with the reception. Great throw, rolling to his left. Great catch by Honeycutt. And that's going to be a gain of about 12 on the play. So they're going to be about 3rd and 4. Great throw and catch by Oyster to number 10, Adam Honeycutt, who had a person hanging from him as soon as he made the catch.
It just seems like we have too many up and down plays. You'll have Oyster look, really, really good, and then next minute he'll end up, throwing a pick.
Well, let's see if the offensive line can buy him a little bit of time again. We've got 3 wideouts spread out wide to the wide side of the field as we're on the far hash. It looks like it's going to be a quarterback keep right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. Looks like less than a yard. He got hit right as he got to the yard marker there on the design quarterback keep. Sorry, DJ.
Oh, no, you're fine. I wouldn't be surprised to see Crestview right here call a timeout.
With 3 minutes left and having all of their timeouts left, it would make sense for them to stop the clock. But I think they seem to think that Newton Falls is going to go for it, which it looks like Newton Falls is going to go for it here on 4th down. Unless they're just or they could just be letting the clock run and they're going to punt the ball, and now we have a timeout in Newton Falls. After they let the clock run for 15 or 20 seconds, and then they call a timeout. Don't really know what that's about, DJ.
That's very confusing. Right now you have all the time in the world if you're Crestview to go ahead and make another play, especially with the fact that, yes, you do have a 4th and 1 right here, and, this is, a long yard, especially for the way this offense has been looking. Right now, you get the ball and Crestview gets a stop down here. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it all.
We have our man Eric Thompson down on the field right now. He's near the huddle. Eric, can you see or hear anything? What do you think this timeout, what do you think the purpose of this timeout may have been? Do you think it might have just been to buy some time for the offense here or to come up with a better play? What do you think, Eric?
I do think they're looking to have a little bit of a respite. This team is run ragged.
Thanks, Eric. And we have a few sponsors that we'd like to thank again for sponsoring tonight's game. Jennifer Urbania for Township Fiscal Officer. Jennifer would like to wish the Tigers good luck. Beat the Rebels. Buckeye Welder Sales. Come in today and see us for all your welding needs or for a custom quote on your next welder. Good luck, Brant, and go Tigers. Nancy Hoffman for City Council. Nancy would like to wish Newton Falls Tiger a great season. And here come the Tigers on the field. The pitch is going to be out to Christian McCabe, and he's going to be stuffed on 4th down for a loss in the play, and Crestview is going to take over on a turnover on downs.
Questionable play call there.
I'm going to have to agree with you big time on that one, DJ. Christian McCabe, I think that was probably only his 2nd carry of the game so far. Hasn't had a lot of game reps so far tonight. And they decided to give him the ball here on 4th and short, right up the middle, on what seemed like a pretty obvious run play.
Should have went ahead and just had Harley go up the middle, or you end up having Paul Broderick, the two that have had success with this, with the offensive line helping them. And right now, it just doesn't look good for the Tigers.
So now the Tigers defense is back on the field again. I'm sure they have to be gassed after these last few series. And Crestview is just gashing this defense right now. The defensive line is not able to hold the line of scrimmage, and Crestview is able to easily get about 4 yards on 1st down. I think the defense might need to think about going add an additional lineman on the defensive line.
And that's the thing with this quick hurry up. What they're doing right now is you got Newton Falls playing off their heels. Look, a lot of standing up, hands on their hips, actually looking confused on some of the plays.
And the pass from number 8, Anthony Cusick, out to the right flat is incomplete. It's a little bit short. He's got a unique throwing motion, a kind of a sidearm throwing motion, but that one kind of got away from him, got out. Incomplete, 3rd down. Does stop the clock, though.
Going with that old school Bernie Kosar right there is what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like. So here we go on 3rd and 6. Crestview comes right back up to the line without a huddle. And they're trying to draw Newton Falls off sides, and they did not. They were not able to, so now they're going to get their play from the sideline.
Good discipline.
Great discipline. Finally, the Tigers needed that. Let's see if they can continue to stay disciplined. It's going to be a fake handoff, play action, and he's going to overthrow his receiver in the left flat. Great play call by the Rebels on that play. Just wasn't able to execute it properly.
And that's the problem with the Tiger defense. Crestview's making all the right calls. It's just the execution. Most of the time they get it. Sometimes they don't right there. Had a man open, and that would have easily been a 1st down and possibly more.
Yeah, this defense right now looks completely exhausted right now. They look gassed, and we're not even into the halftime yet. Let's see if they can hold out for a couple more minutes here. We got 4th and 6. Crestview's players are all their skill players are looking to the sideline and trying to get the call. And I think Crestview is going to call a timeout. And yes, they are going to call a timeout. They're first. So we are 2:07 left here in the 2nd quarter, getting ready to go into halftime with the Crestview Rebels leading the Tigers 28-14 here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. So let's get some more of our sponsors here. And again, we can't thank these sponsors enough for helping out our team and participating and being involved with everything that's going on with the school. We really do appreciate it. So let's thank some more of these sponsors. One of these sponsors is Clonch & Sons Excavating. Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating, 330-219-4844. We have re-elect John Baryak. John Baryak, 2nd Ward City Council. Let's keep moving forward. Re-elect John Baryak, 2nd Ward Newton Falls City Council, paid for by the candidate. Vote for Sandra Braymeyer. Fresh ideas for a better community. Vote for Sandra Braymeyer, Newton Falls 4th Ward Council, paid for by candidate. And Tiger Den Pizza. Tiger Den Pizza, located at 96 East Broad Street, right here in Newton Falls. Feed the roar at Tiger Den Pizza. Elect Richard Montville. Well, we got the teams coming back onto the field, and we'll get back to Mr. Montville here shortly. And here comes the Rebels. They decided to punt, or they lined up to punt. Let's see if they actually do. Ball is back. Nice snap. Broderick gets in again, is almost able to block the punt one more time. Looks like a great punt, and it's going to be downed. Looks around about the 5-yard line of Newton Falls. So Newton Falls is going to have 95 yards to go here. 2-minute drill, DJ.
Actually, it's going to be a little bit deeper than that, I think.
Did they mark him to the 2?
You were right. It's to the 5. 95 yards in 2 minutes.
They got a 2-minute drill. This is a 2-minute drill right here. They got 95 yards to go. Let's see if they decide to try to go down the field, or if they try to just go into halftime, kind of licking their wounds a little bit here.
Right now, with the way your defense is looking, you want to go ahead and just get as much time off the clock as you can. But you're in a dangerous spot down here. This is absolutely what Crestview is looking for. if they get a couple stops here, they could turn around and end up getting a quick score, putting themselves in good field position for the next possession.
Yeah, Newton Falls has to be smart here as Nick Oyster gets ready to take the snap here on first down. Good play call by the coaches. Designed quarterback draw. Great job by Nick Oyster. Good carry. Good field vision, DJ. You can see when he decides to tuck that ball and run, he's an athlete, which this team has a lot of. They have a lot of great athletes on this team, and that's what you want to see. We talked about that in the pregame. We've talked about that all game long. You want to see your guys give your playmakers the ball in space. Nick Oyster is one of those players. When you give him a ball in space, he's going to make a guy miss, and he's going to get you some positive yards.
As you can see with the offensive line, they helped them out a lot as well. It's had some great blocking, and that's what I'm just not understanding about this offense right now. A couple plays, they look great. Next minute, they're back and, getting no penetration whatsoever.
Yeah, consistency's the problem. But here we go on another counter play to Mitchell Harley. He's able to get a nice chunk of yards there on first down after the first down conversion by Nick Oyster on the play before. So Mitchell Harley's able to get, looks like about 8 yards on the carry. That, as we've talked about, I'll keep talking about it again, that's the bread and butter. That's what Newton Falls does well. You run the ball to set up the pass. Now's a time when you can run a play action. You can run a quarterback keep like we've seen already. These are the kind of plays that this team needs to run to have success.
And right now, a lot of time coming off of that clock. You're breaking the huddle 10, 15 seconds. This time right here is very valuable. At this point, Newton Falls burnt a couple timeouts. That's going to hurt them.
Going to be a handoff to Paul Broderick up the middle. Off to the left side. He's going to make it out to about the 26, 27-yard line of Newton Falls. And we have 41 seconds left here in the second quarter left. So once the chains get moved, the clock will continue to roll. It looks like Newton Falls is going to be content to just run the clock out here in this first half, DJ.
You're going to have to go ahead and get out of this quarter, and they got to make some adjustments because it's too easy for Crestview's offense.
So they just throw a Hail Mary, and there was nobody there, nobody home. Good throw. Looked like a good pass by Oyster, but there's no receiver. Adam Honeycutt was the closest receiver in the vicinity, and he was probably 10 yards short. So now you stop the clock on that play after you've run the ball several times. So you stop the clock on that play, and we're at second down now, 2nd and 10. And let's see what the Tigers do here.
In theory, that throw actually just helped them by stopping the clock, and they're still nowhere near even midfield at this point in time. That's not good.
No, especially with the fact that Crestview's going to be receiving the kickoff here after halftime. They're going to get the ball back.
They also have 2 timeouts.
So we have a handoff to Mitchell Harley. He's got a couple blockers. He's able to bounce to the outside, stiff arm a man, and he's tackled out by the left sideline with a gain of about 8 or 9 on the play. And there's going to be a flag on the play.
And I got the Crestview players clapping. This might go against Newton Falls.
It'd be really disappointing if this is another one of those discipline plays of just somebody being too hot-headed and just saying something they shouldn't say or doing something they shouldn't do, because that kind of stuff's just unacceptable.
Right now the referees are over here discussing the penalty. Looks like they're getting ready to break the huddle.
Let's see what the call is down here on the field. Looks like the penalty is going to be on Mitchell Harley. He's leaving the field right now. We haven't gotten an official signal yet. I don't know if Harley may have been ejected from the game. I can't tell. He's walking off the field. And it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against number 15, Mitchell Harley. I wonder if his night might be done, DJ.
With the way that he's hanging his head. And Coach Gillespie was giving that umpire over there a piece of his mind.
So on 2nd and 18, here comes Christian McCabe. Head full of steam. He's still on his feet, and he's able to get the first down. Looks like he's got enough for the first down, DJ, as the half comes to a close. A good little bit of running there by number 23, Christian McCabe, there to close out the first half, as the Newton Falls Tigers are down 28-14 against the Crestview Rebels here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. As we get ready for halftime, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. Newton Falls Television. And we are back here at Newton Falls Stadium as the Crestview band is getting ready to take the field here at halftime. And I do believe we will be followed by the Newton Falls band as well. And DJ, I see the mascot down there on the sideline as usual.
Seems like he's pumped up, and hopefully he could go ahead and work some Tiger magic and, you know, get this Newton Falls team back motivated, because right now it doesn't look like they are.
Yeah, we definitely need to get the energy back and get these guys back engaged in the game, because we saw how quickly scores can happen. And it really takes just a matter of seconds for the game to completely change and the energy to change. And we've, like I said, we've seen that already. So hopefully Coach Gillespie will get them talked up, get them pumped up, and we'll be ready when they come back out for the second half.
Adjustments need made.
So right now we have the Crestview band getting ready to perform, and we have Eric Thompson down on the field. Eric, what do you have for us?
I couldn't get an interview with Coach Gillespie like we normally do going into the locker room at halftime. He was pretty upset. He had a long discussion, and we'll politely, among gentlemen, call it a discussion with the officiating crew out here. I'm not sure exactly what the deal was. I heard him say something about our guys get pounded on. Those guys do the same thing. They don't get called, we get called. So I'm not sure exactly what that was, specifically which penalty he was talking about or which couple of penalties, but he was not happy, and I couldn't flag him down to get the interview, so we'll try and get that later in the game.
Thanks, Eric. We appreciate that little update. We appreciate that very much. And I can understand Coach Gillespie's frustration. We've seen less flags so far in this game, but there have been some crucial ones, and we've seen some of them have been some effort things from our guys. We need to see a little bit more effort and energy, even when things are going bad.
And that's where it is. Once that turnover happened, it seemed like it took the wind right out of the sails, and right now they got to bounce back from that.
Well, right now let's take a moment to listen to the Crestview band and enjoy some of their tunes.
Eric Thompson on the sideline during halftime of the Newton Falls football game, and I'm with candidate for mayor Richard Monaville. Richard. How are you this evening? I got the microphone, Mr. Politician guy. I'll hold on to it. You tell me.
Okay.
I got
What? I can't hear you.
You got your 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, well, put the thing in front of my mouth. By now you probably have seen this, or you should have seen this. It says, for common sense leadership, vote Richard Monteville. I have no grandiose schemes. All I have is common sense. But it also on the back of the card is said that you don't see, it talks about experience. I've been on city council. I am now on the fire board protecting the city and working with the firemen. And if you like the local credit union, I was on the board of directors that when we voted to come to Newton Falls.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sandra Braymeyer, candidate. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Sandra Braymeyer. I live in the 4th Ward on Ravenna Road, and I'm running for the 4th Ward Council seat. And I would like to answer the people around me's problems and see if we can come up with an answer. And I want to remind everybody, the bridge is open tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. John, come on in here. I'm with John Bariak. John, tell me about your major accomplishments. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of installing a new city manager to the city of Newton Falls. We were just moving backward, if moving at all. We're now starting to move forward with many more great things to come. We're installing spirit, there's pride coming, and just a better life for all the people in the community. Also, I'd like to say today is MIA POW. I'd like to honor all those people. Semper Fi.
Good for you. Thank you very much, sir. So we have Sandra Braymeyer for 4th Ward Council, Richard Monteville running for mayor, and John, you've got your council seat. All of these ads were paid for by the candidates themselves. All 3 of them paid for by the candidate. Thank you very much. I think the Newton Falls Band is about to take the field, and we'll go back out to them. Thanks.
Well, that was the Newton Falls Marching Band. A wonderful halftime performance of some amazing songs there. They do a great job. We are about 4.5 minutes away from second half kicking off here in Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. We are down right now 28-14 against the Crestview Rebels. It has been a back and forth game. There's been some really great plays, some kind of crazy plays, real quick, like back and forth, DJ.
It's got a lot of everything you could ask for in a football game, except for if you're Newton Falls, you're down by 14. Right there, that can be cleaned up. Full half of football going on. Got to figure out what the problem is with the defense. If you can't do anything with that, Crestview is going to go ahead and put another 28 with the way this defense is, the way they're looking right now, Brian.
Yeah, the defense is really going to have to get back into just basic fundamental parts of football. The game's won and lost in the trenches. We know that. I mean, I know you play football, I play football. You understand that the game is won and lost between the linemen, and they really set the tone for everything, for the entire game, for the entire team. If the offensive line is playing well, that means everyone else in the offense can play well. The quarterback has time. The receivers have a chance to make a play. The running backs have a lane, all kinds of great things. Same thing with the defense. The defensive line is doing a good job. They're getting penetration. They're taking up blockers. They're enabling their linebackers to be free to make tackles and make plays. And they're also allowing their secondary time to make, play man coverage or find a soft spot in the zone and sit down and make a play. So the lines are really where it begins and ends, and I think the line has been struggling this evening.
You could have a team full of 5-star players at your skill positions. If you do not have that line, you're going to go ahead and see what's happening in Newton Falls right now.
So right now we are going to go to a commercial on Newton Falls Television, and we will be right back very shortly. Don't miss anything. Okay, and we are back here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium here for Friday Night Football. The Newton Falls Tigers are taking on the Crestview Rebels, and we're getting ready to come back here from halftime. The Tigers are coming out of the locker room here, taking the field. Going to get loose here, a little bit stretched out, ready for this second half of action. As I look out here and watch these players kind of take the field, I'm not feeling a real high energy coming out of on the sidelines there, DJ. I'm seeing a lot of kind of guys walking and get a little bit. They're only down by 14. It's not insurmountable. It's only 14 points. It can happen in 2 plays.
Not down by any means whatsoever. As far as, the motivation that you should be having right now, Crestview looks like they're ready to go ahead and get in the second half because they do have the lead. You want to go ahead and have even more motivation to go ahead and push yourself. And right now, with the way they're coming out a little bit on the downside, which case Coach Gillespie should have had a nice, real long talk with the players, especially the defense, to go ahead and tell them, hey, we are not out of this yet, but you got to buy our offense some time.
The offense can score. We've already seen that the offense can score. What we haven't seen is the defense stop the other offense. We really need to see some consistency, a couple series, a couple possessions back and forth to get that energy back, to show that the defense can stand their ground and get that ball back and get the offense back into it, get to it as well. And the reason that the defense needs to work better is because the offense for Crestview has pretty much been destroying them in the first half. You got their quarterback Anthony Cusick, 9 of 15 for 157 yards and a touchdown. The one interception, of course, by Jake Wright that was taken back really isn't making a whole lot of a difference at this point. Well, you've got 13 carries from rushing the ball, 106 yards, but 2 touchdowns. That's what's really been hurting this defense. They haven't been able to stop the run, have not been able to get off the field today.
As you can see with even Newton Falls stats right now, 6 for 10, 39 yards with a pick return for a touchdown. But on the flip side, 18 carries, 153 yards, and 1 touchdown for the Newton Falls offense. Well, you see what's working for you right now. Go ahead, get that ball on the ground. Now, understandable, they're going to go ahead and start coming up on them, but that's where you start running your screen plays. You get your play action going, and that way you can turn that 39 into 139 and get yourself back in the game.
Yeah, the offense is going to need a little bit of help from the coaching staff here tonight to kind of get themselves out of this hole and call some plays. It's really going to keep the Rebels on their toes. So right now, midfield, we've got Jake Wright, and it looks like number 22. Looks like Ethan Powell, the running back from Crestview.
Minute 40 left, and we'll be getting back to some football.
Ready for the second half to kick off here. I know the Tigers are ready here on the sideline. Looks like the kickoff teams. So the Tigers are going to be kicking off here to start the second half, and Crestview is going to be taking the ball, which at the end of the first half, it's kind of curious why the offense looked like they were kind of going a little bit slow playing it they had plenty of clock and a couple timeouts. They could have attempted to score, try to drive the ball down, but instead they really didn't. They kind of just sat on the clock, and that's pretty much how that first half ended.
Well, you could have seen what the Crestview defense was doing. They were just trying to prevent the big play. I mean, you had your secondary sitting back almost 20 yards off the ball. We were running, really good from the 5-yard line. There was still 1:10 left on the clock at that point in time, something around there. But you had, a timeout left. You were moving the ball. You had something that you could have done right there. They didn't take advantage, and then right at the zeros, you had at least a 20-yard gain.
Well, as Crestview gets ready they're taking the field right now to receive this kickoff. I'm sure they're excited and they're ready to go here, being up by 14. And coming into this game 0-3, having their worst record since 2003, I'm sure they're anxious to come in here and try to get a victory tonight. And they've put it all together so far, minus the touchdown interception or the interception for a touchdown. They've looked pretty good tonight.
It's good. It's awesome to see what their stat sheet looks like. It's balanced on both sides. They've taken advantage of every opportunity given to them, and it shows with 28 points on the board.
There's a good chance with such a young team, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, that this team has no seniors on the team whatsoever. It's a team completely full of juniors and underclassmen. Their chances are they're going to have a really good team continuing this year and next year as well. So second half is underway. The kickoff has been made. McIntosh brings back the return all the way out, and he's tackled by number 4, Ian King, out about the 38-yard line of the Rebels.
That was a touchdown saving tackle there, because if he would have broke that one, that looked like that could have been 6.
So let's see if the defense can come out here. This is going to be a crucial, I've said this over and over again tonight, but this is going to be a crucial series. They have got to get a defensive stop here and get the ball back without letting Crestview score.
Coach Gillespie should have got up in his defense at halftime. Right now you're saying, hey, guys, they're doing anything they want at will to us. You got to stop the bleeding. Right now we're going to go ahead and see the coach talk them up and see if he could get some fire in them.
And we still got 3 down linemen here on the defense as Crestview comes out and looks like a power running back set. And it's going to be a handoff to the deep back, and he's going to get about 2 yards on the play before he's brought down by number 11, Paul Broderick, and assisted by number 80, Shane Battison on the play.
What you were saying earlier, Brian, now it looks like they do have that extra guy up on that line. They're not running 3 down linemen. They had 5 at that point, and look what happens. You go ahead, and instead of making it another first down, only 2 yards.
And you're right, DJ. Now we have 5 guys down again, and Newton Falls has jumped off sides once again. They have got to be better disciplined over top of the ball. These are guys that are right over top of the ball. They don't even need to be listening to the count. They need to just be watching the ball, and that's just poor discipline, DJ.
It really is. At this point in time, you went ahead, had a nice stop. Now you turn that nice stop into a 2nd and 3.
So now you've got a second and a very short, very manageable. The entire playbook is open right now for Crestview. Let's see what they decide to do here. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Looks like to Hardenbrook, and he's going to have enough for the first down and then a few.
That just changed their play calling right there, as you can see right here on the replay. Goes ahead, takes the snap, which looks like a low snap, which the center's been doing that all night, but your line gets out and blocks for you. Good things happen. Got the first down.
So on first down here on this first drive in the second half, Crestview, Cusick's back to pass. He's got a man wide open in the short flat. He breaks a tackle. He's got 3 Tigers riding him for an extra 10 yards. And that's Hardenbrook again on the reception out in the flat, and he made that happen himself there. He turned that one into additional yards and gets another first down. Crestview quickly runs up to the line of scrimmage, and they're ready to roll, DJ.
The tackling is atrocious right now.
And here goes a little running back, and he's going to make it to the end zone again, and this is going to be another touchdown. Just like that, the Rebels are on the board one more time, and they just completely suck the life out of this Tiger team. They look completely deflated here on that first drive in the second half.
Went ahead and made 1 good tackle, and then after that, a penalty, and it's right back to the drawing board for Crestview. Look, you got 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, and next thing you know, he's off to the races.
After watching that replay, you can see the defensive line. Most of our defensive linemen kind of popped up. Helmets are up high. The offensive linemen are able to get into their pads and block them wherever they need to, and the running back's able to break free for the touchdown. So now you've got Crestview up with 10:40 left in the second half. In the third quarter, 35-14 after the conversion is good. So Crestview's been able to convert all of their extra points so far tonight, and they are up 35-14. Disappointing way to come out of that first half and come into the second half. That's not what we needed.
I mean, it was only a minute and a half, and they already got down about, 55 yards?
Now I think the coaching staff needs to be paying attention. We've seen this before, and hopefully we don't see it again, that our guys, once they start feeling like they're down and behind the 8 ball a little bit, they start losing their cool, some of their discipline, the conditioning, they get tired, they start getting lazy a little bit, and then they start getting a little chippy. Let's see if the coaching staff's been able to kind of curtail that a little bit and keep the attitudes and keep everybody in check here tonight and keep playing football, because there's still an entire half of football to go, and as we've said earlier, scores happen quickly, just like that one. We can do the same thing.
I don't doubt that in my mind. Right now, we get to go ahead and see what the receiving team can do. Hopefully, Harley can go ahead and get us some decent yardage, and then go ahead and see what Oyster and the boys can work.
Well, Crestview's getting ready to kick off here. Number 2, Brandon Janssens will kick off one more time for the Rebels. Back deep is Mitchell Harley and Jake Wright. Kickoff is right down the middle, and it's right to Mitchell Harley, who will receive the kickoff at about the 8-yard line. He's got a few blockers in front of him. Finds a little bit of a hole, and he's brought down at the 30-yard line. So the Newton Falls offense will take over again for their first offensive possession of the second half. Now down by 3 scores, 3 touchdowns. Let's see what the Newton Falls offense can do here under the gun.
This is a big ask from the offense. Right now, you just keep the ball in the running back's hands. I mean, it doesn't matter who's back there. Just keep them out there and see what they can do.
Well, let's hope that the offense decides to not try to get crazy with it, and because this game can get out of hand real fast if we start turning the ball over. So there's a quick pass out to Paul Broderick in the flat. Good reception, good pass, good reception. Quick hitting play. 1, 2, 3, the ball's out. That's exactly what Nick Oyster needs to do to help himself, and great catch by Broderick on the play.
Get the ball out of his hands real quick. Looks like we might have an injured player. Looks like it's going to be number 11 for the Tigers. Paul Broderick looks a little shaken up after the play.
Well, that hurts the offense even more. Can't afford to lose any of our athletes, any of our skilled players. Let's see what Oyster can do here on 2nd and 3. Adam Honeycutt and Shane Battison split out wide. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Christian McCabe. He's going to get the first down, and he's out to about the 46-yard line of the Tigers. Good carry by McCabe on the play. North-south running, head down, going forward, getting yards.
Good 1-2 punch you got in here going with McCabe and Harley. Just go ahead and put that ball in their hands and go ahead and make your offensive line. Go ahead and start asking your offensive line, hey, guys, we're down big, but we need you right now.
Got to put a body on somebody. Helmet on a helmet. Execute, do your job. Let's see if they do that. Quick pass out to Jake right out in the flat. And he's tackled by a host of Rebels. The ball did come out, but it looked like it was after he was already down. The referee's calling him down. But those are the kind of plays. That right there is a perfect example of what the Tigers need to do. They're utilizing their skill players. They're making it easy for Nick Oyster. He doesn't have to read a whole defense or make a bunch of decisions. It's just a quick throw, quick catch. Give your guys, the skill players, the ball in the open field. I've said this over and over again tonight, and that's what you see. A nice 8-yard gain, 7-8-yard gain on first down. Now the whole playbook's open on second down. Let's see what the Tigers do.
Go back to the run.
We got 4 wide out set. Let's see if they do that. Looks like it's going to be a designed quarterback keep, and the offensive line didn't really block anybody on that play, DJ.
Oh, he came in as a free rusher. It looked like he had an open lane, and he took it, and Oyster was not ready to see him come up that quick.
So on third down here on the first offensive possession for the Tigers here in the second half, the Tigers are 3rd and long here, about 3rd and 6, a long 5, 3rd and 6. Let's see what the coaches pull out of their hat here. The Tigers' offensive line is going to need to give their quarterback some time to make a play. Well, the pass is going to be incomplete to Shane Battison on the near side towards us. He was man covered. Looked like they were getting a little handsy there on the sideline. No flags. I honestly, upon watching that play, it looked like Battison was going to break down the sideline on a streak, and he had his man beat, but he stopped on a comeback.
And his man stopped too on a dime. That's why he ended up having the separation, but it closed really quick, which enabled Crestview to go ahead and turn that into an incomplete pass, in which case they're going to go ahead and send out the punt team.
Yeah, great coverage, but a pass route that's short of the first down isn't going to get it. So here we are on fourth down. Paul Broderick is back in the game. It looks like he's going to be punting. And it's a fake. It's a fake. Nick Oyster's got the ball. As the up man, he throws it, and he's – oh.
That play had everything written all over it. The man was open, and he dropped it.
Number 24, Damian Pendleton, was the open receiver there. He was wide open. I don't think he's seen a whole lot of action tonight, and that was probably his first attempt on the punt team. Perfectly designed play, perfectly executed by the quarterback. Unfortunately, he was just not able to pull that ball in. I think he might have heard some footsteps.
Yeah, I mean, he did see a host of rebels coming around him, and they closed on him really quick. But all he had to do was get possession, just happened to drop through his hands, and unfortunately turnover on downs.
And here we go again. We've been saying this multiple times tonight. The Tigers defense is back on the field yet again for another possession by the Rebels. And there's still a ton of football left to go here. And for those at home, you can't see here what's going on, but the crowd was just reacting to the Newton Falls mascot on the track, doing the worm down the track during the game. The fans in the crowd here in the student section seem to really enjoy that. Crestview on the play. A nice run on the play there. A gain of about 7 yards on first down. And it really seems like Crestview's they're just able to do what they want at will.
And as you can see, the proof is in the pudding. Right now, they can just march at will on this defense. This defense has lost all motivation, and it just shows in their play.
Well, they've got 5 down linemen. Let's see, 4 down linemen and an outside backer. Let's see what they can do. They're going to pass.
He's got a man wide open.
And it's going to be a touchdown, Rebels. The man wide open in the end zone, guarded by number 14, Nick Oyster.
If you happen to see, we end up having that replay.
That's number 16, Joey Hawkins, on the reception from Cusick, number 8.
As soon as that split out came up, he went 5 yards, threw his hands up. When a receiver throws his hands up, that means I'm open. As you can see right here, he goes, takes the snap. As soon as they came out for the play action, receiver threw his hands up, which you can't see right here, went ahead, and the quarterback was like, let it fly, and he had his man beat by 5 to 7 yards. Look, he even had to come back on that, gave enough to the receiver. Receiver says, I'm going to go ahead and make you pay.
It's turning into a little bit of a blowout here in the third quarter, DJ, with the score 41-14 with the extra point to come. It looked like number 14, Nick Oyster, just got burned on that play, DJ.
Oh, he definitely did. There was no question about that. Like I said, the receiver knew as soon as he had him in coverage, he made it not even 5 yards, threw his hands up like, hey, get me the ball, and I got this. And he clearly proved that he did.
Well, the kick is up and the kick is good, so the conversion is good again. The Crestview Rebels now lead this game 42-14 against the Newton Falls Tigers here, Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. With 7:39 left in the third quarter, there's still a lot of game left here, Gigi. This could get ugly.
Right now, if you're Coach Gillespie, I'm just saying, hey, if anybody wants to play, go ahead and put your hand up, because right now this defense is not looking like they want to play. Crestview can do anything they want, and right now this just looks like a stat game for Crestview.
Yeah, it really does, and you got to start. Heart is something that we're going to start talking about when it comes to a game like this. This is where you start to show your heart and start to show what kind of person you are as a football player. It's time to man up.
That's all it comes down to. Gets to the point where you're not doing anything, I'll go ahead and start putting my young guys in just for them to get game time, because as of right now, it looks like my upperclassmen, they show like they don't want to do anything else. So, hey, I'll go ahead and get some young guys some time. You got to know how to go ahead and handle this kind of situation, and the defense just hasn't been there for them tonight.
No, it's hard to say without going back and watching all the tape, which I'm sure the coaches will do, and go back through and find out what's been lacking here. Some fundamentals on that play. I'd be willing to bet that Nick Oyster was looking in the backfield a little bit on that play because of the RPO. They run a run pass option just like we do, and a play action. You're looking in the backfield as a cornerback. That's just an absolute no-no. Your first job is pass first. Always guard your man. and not just to pick on Nick Oyster, but there's been many instances tonight where many of the guys on our defense have done the same thing, and just not executed their job. And that's really when it comes to football, doing your job, executing your job is the most important thing. If you do your job and everybody else around them does their job, that's how you succeed.
Hence the reason why this is a team sport. Everybody has to work together as a well-oiled machine to go ahead and achieve the goal that you want to achieve, and that's a W. And right now, Crestview has shown nothing but being a well-oiled machine.
For being such a young team, it's impressive too. As we mentioned earlier in the game, they're a team. They don't have any seniors on their team at all. So I mean, they have no senior leadership, no people that have, guys that have been on the team 3-4 years that have that experience. Games like this, or even tough games or playoff games, that kind of stuff. They don't have that. We do. We have a lot of seniors. I know we're missing our senior quarterback, and that's really hurt us. But that's no excuse. You have plenty of capable players. And you just kind of build your offense and design that kind of stuff around them. Let's see if they can come out with some guts and keep playing, because we got plenty of time left here in the third quarter as Newton Falls takes over on offense again. And the handoff on first down is going to be to Christian McCabe. Handoff to the left-hand side for a gain of about 1, it looks like. And we're going to be second down here. And you can just see how deflated the team, and I hate to keep harping on this, but it's a big deal. You have to have high energy. You have to have your mental, you have to be in tune. You have to be practiced and well-versed in this, because you're going to have adversity. You're going to have struggles, and that's what they're facing right now.
And we've seen this in previous games. It seems like when, the Tigers end up getting down, they end up getting down really bad on themselves, end up penalties, and now you see the score the way it is.
Let's see if we can get some positives here. We've got plenty of time. Oyster's got some time. And again, they're rolling to the short side of the field. This gets pretty congested over there. There's a lot of jerseys, a lot of bodies flying around when you get close to the sideline.
I would have liked to seen Oyster go ahead and throw that ball out of bounds, throw it away. At that point in time, you got everybody over on the sideline. That could have been one tip in another possession for the Rebels.
Again, just kind of chalk that up to inexperience, just trying to make a play, when you need it. He knows that you need a play. So let's see what we can do here on 3rd and 9. Oyster's going to drop straight back. He's going to throw it up, and he's going to overthrow his man by quite a bit on the play. Paul Broderick was the intended receiver on the play. And that right there, what you see on your screen as Paul Broderick walks back to his huddle with his head hanging, is kind of the feeling that we've been getting here you can't have that. That's what you can't have. That kind of stuff permeates the entire team, permeates all the other players. Everybody sees that. That's a captain on the team, a leader. These guys have got to be. He's not even going to get back on defense in time before Crestview's ready to snap the ball. These are the kind of things. This is why games like this kind of happen, in my opinion.
I totally agree. Right now, you have your, as you said, your senior leader going ahead and showing the team. He's supposed to be the one to pick it up. He's supposed to be the one that you can go ahead and count on and lean on. And it doesn't seem like anybody has any kind of fire right now, and they're just kind of letting Crestview just do whatever they want.
Looks like there was a little bit of confusion on the field right before the punt. Luckily, we were able to get it off. Broderick with a nice punt. And it looks like it may have hit a Crestview player. Not got a signal on the field. The signal on the field is the ball's going to go to Crestview, even though the bounce hit. It looked like, I don't know if we can get a replay on that, if we can see where that ball hit or not. But that ball definitely looked like it may have contacted a Crestview player first before Luke Dickey jumped on it. The refs are having a discussion, but I don't think they're going to change the call on the field. So here comes the Newton Falls defense yet again. At some point, they're going to have to make a stop here. This is about pride at this point, DJ.
At this point, you go ahead and if another score comes out, start playing your young guys. That's what I would do as a coach.
Well, we have, looks like Joey Gossick in there now has come in, number 22, the middle of the offensive line. And also number 52, Carter Miller, is also in on defense. Crestview's going to hand it off to the right-hand side, a little sweep, and he's going to be brought down by Dom. Looks like Dom Hunt.
Guys, I don't know what happened. I don't have a video monitor down here to see that. I don't know if that ball did hit a Crestview player first and the refs missed the call. According to the home crowd, the referees missed that call. You see that attitude the crowd is thinned out. I'm looking across the bleachers on the home side. The crowd is not in the game. They're either physically gone or emotionally gone. The cheerleaders are still cheering, but nobody's paying any attention. The players are sometimes sitting on the bench. Their shoulders are hung. Their heads are hung. Helmets are just dangling at the end of their arms. They're defeated. And 28-point deficit will do that to you.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, that's DJ and I have been saying up here in the booth. That's really kind of the feeling we're getting. It's a shame. I know everybody came out here expecting a great performance tonight, a competitive game, which has started off as that way. But as we've gone longer into the game here, Newton Falls has just kind of fallen off. Crestview's been able to do pretty much whenever they've wanted up to this point. And that pass is going to be incomplete from Cusick. And it's going to be 4th down here for Crestview. And it does look like Newton Falls has put in, like I said, has inserted a few different younger players here on defense. I don't know if just some of their players are tired or if they're gassed or what's going on.
You got to try to get some kind of momentum going. So this is a game right now where it's put in your young guys, let them get some time, go ahead and see what you got for, at least the next game.
So we're going to have a penalty on the play. Looks like it's going to be encroachment, and that's going to I'm guessing that's going to give Crestview a 1st down.
Tried to time the snap.
So Crestview will get the 1st down on 4th down on that play by the defense. That's a self-inflicted wound. That's just one of those things you just can't have. That's just poor discipline. These guys know better than that. They played long enough. They know better than that.
Seems like this is the case, of the games that we've already covered so far. Second half penalties.
And as we talked about, second half penalties, what does that usually point to? It usually points to conditioning and the lack of discipline. When you start getting tired, you stop thinking, you start acting the way you normally act, and that's what these guys are showing. They're kind of showing that. Cusick's pass over to the right-hand side is caught for a 1st down.
Completing plays at will.
That looks like number 16, Joey Hawkins, on the reception from Cusick. What a great play.
The receiver broke on the route exactly at the right time. He threw that to a spot in the field.
Yeah, he was wide open in that play. No pressure whatsoever. Cusick's able to pick this defense apart left and right. No pressure from the defensive line in his face at all. We got some pressure there in the backfield this time, but those kind of things, you see the arm tackles, the jersey tackle, that was a nice tackle on the play, a loss in the backfield, but that's how tackles get broke. That's not form tackle. That's not how you tackle. I don't mean to nitpick the team here, but those are the kind of things. That's why they're down by 28 right now.
Simple form tackling. Get your shoulder, drop into their hips, wrap, and drive. That's how you're supposed to tackle it.
So 2nd and 13 here for Crestview. The Rebels are in Newton Falls territory here, about the 40-yard line of Newton Falls. Looks like it's going to be another pass, and he's going to be hit immediately by Jake Wright. Of all the people on the field tonight, Jake Wright has not stopped playing. Jake Wright is a baller.
He is balling out tonight. I mean, he's not getting a lot of help, but he is doing his part, and at this point, all you can do is just try to help your team as much as you can, and Jake Wright has been there for the team.
The kid's got a lot of heart, an absolute ton of heart. It's good to see that people are going to continue to keep playing hard here. With 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, we still have a whole other quarter left. Crestview here with a long 3rd down, 3rd and 13. And Cusick's looking to the sideline to get his signal. We've got an empty backfield, empty set here, 5 wide receivers. And it's going to be a jet sweep to the right. And on a jet sweep on 3rd and 13, Crestview is able to get almost 20 yards on the carry. This is why they're down by 28, DJ.
Right now, Crestview is not letting up off the gas pedal, and they are putting their foot in the throat of the Tigers. And just simple plays right here. Went ahead on the jet sweep. Look at that. Nobody touching him on the sidelines. Where's the secondary? You got Jake Wright. He even got caught out. And as you can see, number 3 is like, what is going on?
The tackle on that play was made by number 52, Carter Miller, who's a defensive lineman. He made that play 15 yards, 20 yards down the field. Great hustle and great effort by Carter. He's gotten some playing time here in the second half. It's good to see some energy. So here comes Cusick. He's got all day and a man wide open in the end zone, and that's going to be another touchdown for the Rebels. Number 12, Jack Yerke on the reception from Anthony Cusick. They are putting on a clinic right now.
All I'm saying is that their quarterback Cusick is making a tape for Max Preps. If he has a tape out, this game is definitely going on it.
Send this to everybody because this is highlight game of the year. So with that, the score is 48-14 with the extra point to come, and Crestview's just pouring it on, and they're not doing anything fancy, anything special. Newton Falls is just not stopping them.
Crestview is executing their plays. That's all it comes down to. Execution, discipline leads to scores. And
there's another one. That extra point is good by Janssens. He has not missed tonight. He has been 7 for 7 on his extra points. So with that, 3:36 left in the third quarter here at Newton Falls Tiger Stadium. The Tigers are losing to the Crestview Rebels 49-14. It is getting ugly here, DJ.
Just put in some young guys. Go ahead and let them get some game experience because this is where you're at right now at the point in the game. It's very, very hard to go ahead and come back from a deficit like this, especially when your defense is getting carved up the way that they are.
So here comes the Newton Falls return team to take the field. And just like you said, DJ, there's some younger guys out there on the return team. Let's see what they do with the offense here as well when they come back out. Even though this game is not going exactly the way that we hoped it would, we're still thankful that we have all of the fans here that came out tonight to support all the Tigers and all the players, to come out and support these cheerleaders, to come out, all the veterans that came out tonight for the POW and MIA night, the national night. We appreciate that so much, and we want to thank all of our sponsors as well that have sponsored these games and really supported this team no matter what, rise and fall, no matter what's going on. We really do appreciate it. We just want to say thank you to everybody that's come to the games, that's participated, that's lent a hand and just done anything for the team, whether it be food, whether it be just anything helping out, volunteering, sponsoring, just anything. We just want to say thank you. We really do appreciate it.
What you need to look at is you need to look at this replay because what happened here on this play, look, he went around, goes, but then he jumps, and that's something you never want to do just because you end up coming down really hard and you seen that ball move, and that could have easily been a fumble.
Jake Wright, that's as we talked about already. You'll hear Jake Wright's name all the time, over and over again, because that kid is an absolute stud, and he's just a baller. And he just has a ton of heart, and you see it right there. He's putting it all out there, has no regard for his own body. He's just trying to make a play. I mean, you're down by 35 points, and he's just trying to make a play, trying to make something happen. I tip my cap to a player like that. I'd like to see 10 other guys on the field do the exact same thing.
That's all you can really ask for, and right now just hasn't been the case tonight, at least the tail of the second half.
So in the backfield, we have Nick Oyster. Beside him, we have Joey Gossick, number 22, running back, and it's going to be a quarterback keep right up the middle, and Oyster's going to be met by a couple of Rebels, including number 11, William Hardenbrook, who we've called his name several times tonight. He's been pretty much a beast on both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
Looked like Oyster got a little bit shaken up on that play. He got hit pretty hard.
Well, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it still doesn't make any sense to me that the quarterback has to run to the sideline every single play to get his play in. That's an extra, 60 yards every single play that the quarterback has to run back and forth all game long. If you get 50 possessions a game or if you run 50 plays, I can't even do the math in my head right now, but that's a ton of yards, a ton of extra running that guy's got to do. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
As we see here, Oyster with the pass ends up getting a completion.
Jake Wright's able to catch the ball there with a completion for a gain of about a yard, maybe 2.
Right now, at this point in time, you need to go ahead and save your quarterback for the next game. We're already down 1. Go ahead and get your young guys some time at this point. Go ahead and let Oyster, go ahead and revel. And now we got some sponsors.
We'd like to say thank you to our sponsor, Substop, right here in downtown Newton Falls. Go see Nick over at Substop. The subs are amazing. The food over there is great. They've got some great new appetizers you want to check out. Go check out Substop over in the Shop and Save Plaza. So here we go on 3rd and 6. Newton Falls has got to convert this first down. Oyster needs to get rid of the ball. And he's got Honeycutt, and he cannot hang on to the ball. He's hit as soon as he catches the ball, and he's not able to hang on to it. I'm not sure what the referees are calling on the side, what they're calling the field. I believe the call was incomplete. You see Oysters rolling, trying to make a play. Honeycutt makes the catch, turns, and is hit. Honestly, DJ, that looks like a fumble out of bounds to me.
Yeah, that's what I think they were trying to determine, a fumble out of bounds and see where the ball's going to be placed.
Well, unfortunately, the call on the field is going to be an incomplete pass, so it's 4th and 6 now. There seems to be some confusion on the field. Oh, that's the end of the quarter. The end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. The Newton Falls Tigers make their way to the sideline, and so do the Rebels. And the score here from Newton Falls Tiger Stadium is 49-14 Crestview. It's been all Crestview so far, DJ. All Crestview.
Goodness gracious.
Let's take a second to thank some more of our sponsors again. Mi Amigo, right in down the historic downtown Newton Falls. Great food, amazing drinks, all kinds of specials. Go see Mario. It's 330-872-1050. Go down to Mi Amigo. Tell him Brian sent you. Also like to thank Howland Alarm, a family-owned and operated since 1969. This is their 50th anniversary, 50 years in business. Give them a call, 330-369-2956 for all your home and business security needs. Thank you, Howland Alarm. Also to Subway right here in town, right by the bridge. It's going to be reopening tomorrow morning. I'm sure everybody's really excited about that. Thank you to Subway. We really appreciate it. Subway fed the team yesterday evening. That we can't express enough thanks for that. That's something that's really special and it really helps the team out. So thank you to Subway. Go get a sub, everybody. Go check out Subway.
I know I'm going to be happy that bridge is opening.
I think everybody's going to be happy that bridge is open. We're ready for there's going to be a festival tomorrow morning, I do believe, at 7 a.m. with Paul Broderick here punting to no one, and he's going to get a friendly Tiger roll all the way down to the Crestview 24. So yeah, the bridge, as we mentioned, is going to be reopened on the east branch of the Mahoning River. Is going to open back up. It's been closed for several months now, I do believe, for bridge repair. So I know the entire town has been pretty much cut in half for the last couple months, and I know I, for one, am looking forward to this bridge being open because I'm tired of driving all the way around.
Absolutely, especially with the fact that, the other side with our underpasses, the way that we have the city set up, it's slowed down traffic tremendously, and some more sponsors.
So we'd like to thank Clonch & Sons for sponsoring tonight's game. Clonch & Sons Excavating is a locally owned and operated licensed septic installer. Contact them today. That's Clonch & Sons Excavating, 330-219-4844. Okay, so Crestview is taking the field again on offense. Seems to be some confusion on the field here on both sides. And it looks like Crestview is going to call a timeout. That is their first of the second half. Newton Falls has not taken a timeout yet. But you can see as the Newton Falls Tigers head over to the sideline to talk to their coaches, there's no energy. They're not excited. Which I can't blame them. It's kind of hard at this point. You're down by 35 points. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, not at this point. I mean, down 35, you don't have any kind of motivation whatsoever. The defense, hands on their hips, they're spent, and Crestview's offense is just doing whatever they want, which means that, I don't like to say it, but it just seems like a lot of the guys are just not into the game anymore.
Well, they're not alone because it looks like a lot of the fans have left as well. The stadium kind of thinned out a little bit. There's still some diehards here, though. They love their Tigers, and they'll stick around to the very end. Let's see what the Tigers can do on defense here and see if they can get a little bit of momentum, something on their side. It's going to be a handoff to the side. Tackled, hit in the backfield, and tackled by Shane Battison. Excellent tackle on the play. Helped out by Joey Gossick on the play as well. A nice hit and a nice tackle by number 80, Battison.
Just needed some more plays like that earlier.
In the first half. So here comes Cusick. As the Rebels head up to the line of scrimmage. The Tigers still have 3 down linemen, and they show blitz. It's going to be a handoff up the middle again. We got some high tackling. And a nice gain on the play. A gain of about 6 on the play, it looks like. There's just another RPO handoff. He's just reading his keys. Looks like number 57 is nice. Gets kicked out. Battison with the hit. He gets hit at the last second. And Bunkard gets taken for a ride a little bit for a gain of about 7 yards. So it's 3rd and 1 here in the fourth quarter with a little over 10 minutes left in this game. The Tigers are trailing 49-14 against the Crestview Rebels. Another low snap.
And it looks like they have a quarterback change. It looks like Jansen.
Yeah, it's Jansen's the kicker is coming at quarterback.
Looks like Cusick's night's going to be done. And he did his job.
Which makes sense. Yeah, Cusick had a great game. He literally picked apart the defense here tonight and pretty much did whatever he wanted. And even on the one pass, it was not a bad pass actually. The kid, he just tipped it up in the air, and Jake Wright made a fantastic play on it. So the story of the night, as it's been pretty much all evening, the defense just cannot get off the field. It looks like number 88's hobbling off the field. Possible leg or ankle. Another handoff up the middle here on first down. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down for no gain.
Looks like we got down here on the sidelines. We're going to have a quarterback change for Newton Falls. Looks like number 4.
Yeah, Ian King is going to come in. It looks like to replace Nick Oyster. He's warming up on the sideline down here. And as we mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of young Tigers heading out into the field here. Jake Wright's coming off the field. We've had several of the seniors come off the field as well. And we've got some younger Tiger players in here on defense. Let's see if they can make a difference here, make a stop. A little bit of energy, a little bit of some fresh legs. Looks like it's going to be a quarterback keep to the right side. And he's going to be tackled, ridden down by number 24, Damian Pendleton. Assisted on the tackle by number 3, Brent Bungard.
Yet again, Crestview's moving the chains.
Yeah, they've been able to bring in another quarterback, their additional quarterback, their backup, Brandon Jensen, who's also their extra point kicker, has been perfect on extra points this evening. And he's come in at quarterback, and it doesn't look like it's slowed him down at all. They've been able to get another first down. The clock is still continuing to run. And Crestview's pretty much just able to do whatever they want.
Is this another quarterback change?
This is going to be number 14, Dominic Yerke. Yep, he's a freshman.
Well, you really, in this situation, you really don't want your star kicker to go ahead and take hits, in garbage time in the game.
No, with a program like this where you've got such young players, it's a great opportunity for Crestview this evening to get a whole quarter of work in for their freshmen and sophomores, which I'm sure is huge for the freshmen and sophomore. They're not going to see a lot of playing time otherwise. So here comes Crestview on a long second down here, 2nd and 13. And their freshman quarterback, Dominic Yerke's going to hand it off, and the running back is going to be stuffed up the middle for a short loss.
As you can see, the crowd really thinned out.
Well, the vibe's a little bit down here. I see Eric, you got down there on the sideline. You see down there on the bench, we've got multiple seniors sitting down there that have come out of the game. That's just kind of the vibe that we've gotten so far this evening. Let's see what Crestview's going to do here on 3rd and long. Going to be a handoff, and he's going to be met in the backfield by a host of Tigers. That's the most penetration we've seen on defense so far tonight.
You got the second team coming out right now with their, I think, 4th quarterback change. Well, 3rd quarterback change for Crestview. It's just a simple RPO. Ends up getting a swing pass. Does get nice penetration, and that's going to be number 36, Cameron Brannard, who's a freshman.
Yeah, and he's helped out by number 70 on the play as well. Nick Ball, who's a sophomore. Good to see these guys get some playing time, get some push, get a feel for game time. So with a little over 5:40 left here, Crestview's going to punt. Back to return is number 24, Damian Pendleton. And that punt is not going to be returned. It's going to be picked up all the way back at about the 6-yard line of the Tigers. So the Tigers are going to take over this offensive possession from their own 6-yard line, deep in their own territory, with 5.5 minutes left to go here in this fourth quarter. This fourth quarter can't end fast enough, DJ.
Talking about stopping the bleeding. Only thing stopping the bleeding here is the clock.
That's it.
But we do get to see a quarterback change with Ian King coming out on the field there, Brian.
Yeah, let's see if King can move the ball down the field here and just have some positive plays consecutive. That's really what we're hoping for right now. No stupid penalties, no personal fouls, no anything dumb, and just come out and play hard and make some good plays. Looks like we've got a timeout, Newton Falls, on the play. So I'm guessing it looks like Newton Falls may have called a timeout to try and get their offense in line because it's a bunch of young guys.
Yeah, these guys that are coming out on the field right now, they're nervous at the fact that they actually get a chance to, get in the game. So now coach has got to settle them down and go ahead and see what they can do.
We're going to find out what they're made of. I have to say, DJ, what I would really like to see that I'm not seeing right now is you've got this young team taking the field after the varsity team. The upperclassmen, the guys have kind of gotten their butts kicked a little bit tonight. You'd like to see now, even though they're down by 35 with 5 minutes left to go in the last quarter of the game here, you'd like to see your upperclassmen and your starters and stuff, even though they're getting beat, support their teammates, support and help out this young the young team out there. But I'm honestly not seeing it. I'm looking down the sideline. I see all of our seniors that have come out of the game, and they're all just kind of milling around, and nobody's paying attention to the game. It's really disheartening, I have to say.
It is very disheartening at the fact that now you actually got a team out there. They're actually moving the ball. They ended up getting about 6 yards on that carry for a manageable 2nd and 4. And, at this point in time, if I'm the guys out on the field, maybe I'm auditioning right now for next week, because if you start making some plays and, get a couple scores, or just a score, you're showing a lot more than what the, upperclassmen have done so far, in the second half at least.
Exactly. And right now you've got an entire offense that's completely brand new to them. It's a brand new game. It's nothing as far as they're concerned. They're going to play like it. Ian King bounces off one tackle, is able to get a first down, gets a block downfield by number 19, Jordan Pozzolo. So Ian King on the carry on that play is able to get a first down, and there's a little bit of life in this team.
Getting a couple of claps here and there, and that's always nice to see, especially, with the situation at hand. So, like I said, these young guys out there, they're trying to audition for a spot, potentially to play next week.
Well, they're all coming out. I'd like to see them breaking the huddle, sprinting up to the line, which is what they're supposed to do, getting themselves set. Let's see what they can do here on first down. King takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's got an open lane. He's going to take it and run it himself, and he's going to get a nice bunch of yards there on the play. Looks like a gain of about 7. Great job by number 4, Ian King.
Simple quarterback draw right here. He went ahead, look, go ahead and, sell it, and then actually it's a sweep. He sweeps over to the right, ends up having a hole, and then he just goes ahead and tries to make a couple guys miss. But the main thing is he stayed north and south and got good positive yardage.
So this new Tiger offense here is moving the ball a little bit out of the shadow of their own end zone. The handoff is going to be to, it looks like number 8, Nick Brown on the carry, sophomore. A little bit of life, a little bit of energy, another first down.
Hey, you're starting to see, there's some, claps in the crowd, what's left of it. And now we're going down to the field to Eric. What you got for us?
Thanks, DJ. I'm here with Monica. Monica is the team trainer. Monica, what type of injuries do you see in this kind of weather and this kind of action?
Mostly when it's warm like this, we're seeing a lot of cramps, ankle sprains, those kind of things.
And what do you do to treat that? Are those things that you can treat right on the field and put them back in the game, or do they need to leave the game?
So most of them we can treat on the field, whether it be taping or with the cramps, we can rub those out, give them, the kids like to eat pickles, some of the kids like mustard. So just to get something in their system to get those cramps out.
Pickles and mustard, guys. That's the key to success down here on the sidelines. Do you see more injuries in a game like this when it's a blowout, when they're down by 35 points? Do you see these guys get lazy and that kind of thing, and then that leads to more injuries? Or do you see it more when they're all hyped up and they're winning?
The more confidence they have, the less likely they are to get injured. So when they do get down on themselves and they're sort of starting to go against each other, that's normally when injuries come out, because they're not prepared for the feeling that they're going through.
That's interesting. Thank you very much, Monica. We'll let you get back in here and take care of these guys. Thank you. Back up to you guys. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Eric. We really appreciate that. And here come the Tigers again. Looks like a little busted play, but Ian King's going to make the most out of it here on second down. And he's going to get back to just about the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers.
Well, I mean, he went to turn around and he was like, oh, wait a minute, is this supposed to be a handoff? And then I guess I'm going to take it myself. So that's exactly what he did. He went and just tucked it, and he ended up getting 5 yards out of the busted play.
Hard to say who made the wrong decision on that one, or who busted that play, but good to see him get some positive yards out of it either way. So here comes the Tiger offense here with just a little over a minute left here in the game. Tigers trailing 49-14 against Crestview here. We're pretty much second, third team. But this offense has been moving the ball down the field here since they took possession at about the 6-yard line. Ian King at quarterback. That's going to be a handoff, and he's going to be met by a host of Rebels in the backfield. Number 24, Damian Pendleton on the carry, and he's stuffed for a loss. So we're going to be 4th down here for the Tigers.
That was a call to go ahead and get this game over. That's exactly what that was.
That was it. Yeah, I have to agree with you on DJ. Let's go ahead and just kneel it or down it or get this clock to just run out.
For the Ohio State fans, that's that John Cooper football, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 20, and then you're going to call a draw.
Absolutely. You got me laughing over here because that's exactly what it is. And it looks like I think they're just going to call this game with 17 seconds. The clock is going to run out. So with that being said, the final here tonight, even though the clock is not finished ticking off yet, the final is going to be 49-14 Crestview over the Newton Falls Tigers, as the Tigers are going to fall to 1-3, and Crestview is finally going to get in the win column this year at 1-2. Or I'm sorry, at 1-3. That's a disheartening loss for the Tigers. I think they really felt, and we really felt, they were going to come in here and really compete well with this team and match up. They matched up really well with such a young team. But unfortunately, they just weren't able to put it together, and the defense just really floundered tonight.
They matched up for 1.5 quarters. That's exactly what happened. 1.5 quarters, everything was, it was 21-4. It was 14 all at one point, then 21-14, and then that pick 6, and that just really turned the game off for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was pretty much when the levee broke. That was it was pretty much all she wrote after that, and you could tell the energy and the attitude of the team kind of fell through the floor there when that happened. So as you can see here at midfield, the teams are shaking hands. It's some good sportsmanship. We like to see that. I can't imagine out there at midfield where Coach Gillespie has a team, I cannot imagine he's happy with his team's performance tonight.
Absolutely not. I know I wouldn't be, especially at the fact that once it was 28-14, you were still in this game, and then all of a sudden your defense just lets Crestview's offense just score at will. That's unacceptable. They got to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what kind of play session they're going to have tomorrow as far as going in and watching game film, but this is going to be a game where you're just going to sit there and shake your head pretty much the whole, at least for after the second quarter.
We've got our man Eric Thompson down in the field right now. We got the team out in the center of the field. Eric, I don't know if you got a feeling or any kind of vibe as the teams were, shaking hands and saying, good game to each other, stuff like that. Any vibe? What did you get a feeling from the teams as they were shaking hands?
The feeling on the field is that, frankly, I think this team is glad that this game is over.
Yeah, we have to agree with you on that one. Thanks, Eric. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and honestly, not going to lie, we were really anxious for this game to be over as well, because once the team got up like they did, Newton Falls just didn't seem like they had any chance of coming back. So they'll just kind of erase this one, burn this tape, basically, and just kind of forget about it and move on to next week. And hopefully we got conference games all coming up here. We've only got one non-conference game coming up the rest of the schedule. you've got Champion, you've got LeBray, you've got some rivalry games coming up here, and then you've got homecoming coming up as well. Let's hope these Tigers can get this kind of attitude and this discipline turned around.
This schedule is not going to get easier whatsoever. Like you said, this is going to be the meat and potatoes of the schedule and the conference. You got some tough teams coming up. I mean, we're 0-3 for Crestview. This is not the team that we've seen, that reflects in their record. I mean, their quarterback had a record night tonight. He literally, he had to have like at least 4 or 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 at least. I have to check the stats, but yeah, he just did what he wanted. He was able to just pretty much carve up our defense, and you could see once their heads kind of got hung, it was over. They really didn't have any way to come back, and they don't have a high-powered enough offense with the loss of Ivan Howard, in the second game of the season. They just don't have that senior leadership and that high-powered offense enough consistently to be able to compete with a team that's scoring this kind of points.
You said it was next man up mentality, and right now, where is the next man? I mean, right now, Nick Oyster, he had a rough game.
Yeah, he really did. But even though the team lost, even though it was a disheartening loss and a tough loss, as you can see down here, we've got the team and all the students from the student section all doing the class alma mater, the school alma mater, which is still great to see, representing their school. And they still have pride, which is good to see. So we'll just chalk this one up to an L, and like I said, burn the tape. Kind of forget about this one.
You watch it once, you destroy that thing, and you never mention it again.
That's exactly what I hope they do, and I hope these guys don't hang their heads for too long, because they've got a big game next week, and we're looking forward to it. So from Newton Falls Tiger Stadium, I'm Brian Kropp. This is my friend DJ Robinson and Eric Thompson down on the field. We really appreciate the interviews and all the talking points, and we will see you for the next home game. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody.
Shout out to my family.